Good afternoon. Welcome back to this Saturday edition of whatever this is. Uh, we need to work
It's
on some of that.
it's a Saturday show.
It is Saturday edition. It is myself, Darth
Oh
Hideous.
shit!
What is up?
Oof, oof, oof. I didn't have the YouTube side muted, and everything started playing all at once. On that delay that it be on. Uh,
Say hi to everybody here, okay? If they're still
Chat.
around.
I mean, I
Cloud
saw Cloud.
Illusions.
I
Mr.
saw Mr.
Terrible.
Terrible. I saw Rudolph von
Rudolph von
Hoven.
Hoven.
I don't even
Welcome.
recognize that
Glad
name.
that you're here. I've not recognized that name whatsoever. Uh, Join us, have some fun. And of course, the one, the only, Divinity Said.
Hi, everybody.
So, um, what are we covering? Are we covering?
I was
So,
planning. I,
so
I had a
yeah.
plan. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to cover a certain topic. So I went on a deep YouTube rabbit hole dive so I could have just great information to present. And that only led me to one place. The YouTube sphere doesn't know jack about nothing. So I kind of want to cancel my presentation. I think we should because I am more confused now than I was when I woke up this morning. So, happy Saturday, everybody. It is good to see y'all. Uh, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a boring presentation when I do get around to it. It might have to be a Saturday special a month from now at this rate, once I can actually
Ray,
aggregate
what's up, dude? Good to see you.
information. Yeah, that's the last week's show. I didn't do last week's show. I wasn't here. I was sick. Not feeling it. So we're not gonna do last week's show this week either. We're not gonna do it at all. I mean, eventually I'll get around
Come to
to
find
it.
out, neither one of us are really alphas at all, and we're
Yeah,
just gonna procrastinate on that.
yeah. That's very, very, very beta play of mine, but I like to come correct when I actually want to talk like I know something. And today is not that day. And I will be exposed as a fraud if I do. So we can't be having that. I mean, we can be having that. I'm a fraud.
Oh, dude, I got some ideas. I got some cool ideas for um, well, whatever icons to put next to your names, as opposed to having these little stars.
Oh, you got some
Yeah, I got some cool ideas.
housekeeping ideas. Oh,
I just got to get somebody to actually draw them up for me.
I mean,
Little froggies.
wha-
Little froggies.
that's
One of them with army gear. You know, the army. Maybe like second level would be like a conservative frog, one wearing like an American shirt. You know, charge a couple extra bucks to get there, and then a couple extra bucks to get to the conspiracy frog, one with an aluminum hat.
oh,
That'd be so.
conspiracy frog.
And the conspiracy frog needs to actually be up a little bit higher because there's going to be people that are be like, "I want the frog with the aluminum hat."
I mean, who doesn't want the frog with the tinfoil hat? Uh,
Yep, exactly.
what
Tinfoil
is
hat
your
frog.
problem, sir?
We'll have to put that one up. I got to get somebody that's willing.
I
Well,
mean,
got to find somebody that's.
I know a guy that you know who
I know
does art
there's
stuff.
several people out there that have actually done little drawings and little things for me or whatever. So
Yeah.
there's a couple
I
people.
mean, you got your epic cartoonists like ID Crisis that are huge supporters of the channel. You've got your Jimmy YouTubes who do art. There's a bunch of people that are far better artists than I think either of us are likely to be in that regard.
Right.
But
You
I
know,
mean,
and I looked back or whatever, and I was looking at the little, there's a little tadpole and little thing or whatever that Squawbot had designed. You know,
yeah,
so there's so many people that have so much talent.
oh yeah,
This
so
can,
many.
you know, it could be interesting, could be fun.
Yep,
Yeah,
definitely could be.
little Froggy is one of them with an aluminum hat. Then you get yourself out to that third level, whatever. People are gonna love it. Rudolph Van Hoven, be cool. Cool. You okay? Darth Vader's out.
Yes, I was having an argument with a one-eyed cat because the moment we started talking, he came stalking over here to stare at me with his one good eye, and now he's just walked all the way to the other side of the room and he's still staring at me. So he clearly wants me to get up and go do something, whether it's turn on a sink, fill his food dish that might have a hole in the middle of it, or open the door. That because this cat don't use a litter box. It's an outside cat, so he does all his business in the
Like,
neighbor's yard like a good cat.
Let the damn cat outside.
All right, give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
You're good. So if y'all didn't catch that, that's Darth Hideous. Darth Hideous, he's got a small little YouTube channel, and I think everybody should actually go over there. Though he doesn't like it when you do it, just go over there and subscribe. Give him a whole bunch of subscribers. YouTube AI anomaly.
Now. Let's give that statement you just made about Darth Hideous a little bit of context. I didn't recently, for quite some time, like people to waste their time going over to my channel where I was currently not creating any content whatsoever. Is literally a dead channel. There's a couple of cool little short videos on there, a couple of streams of me playing video games. Generally nothing worth watching. It's all trash. I mean, it was like a place so people could have a place to like hang out, that like the stream regulars who like to hang out in chats, and sometimes there just weren't people streaming for people to hang out in the chat. So that's basically how it started. I'm now okay with it because I have decided that there's something I'd actually like to do with that channel, and I want to talk about all types of deep thinking, like philosophy. I want to talk about like social hierarchy stuff, interpersonal relationship stuff.
Div's on one today. She's like, it's more of a short story.
I do not know what Div is talking about.
Looks like T3 was about ready to go. Deep thoughts with Darth Hideous.
My fifis. Stop. You're hurting me. I can't take it.
T3 says Napoleon, Darth.
At least you didn't call me Adarth, because that would have been even more offensive. I mean, and I am half German, so Darth Napoleon is better.
It's the
Napoleon was actually quite a brilliant thinker, by the way. Brilliant strategist. He just made that one mistake you're never supposed to make as a ruler. Never, ever lose wars.
It's Melissa Jane. What's up, guys?
Oh, Melissa Jane. How you doing? So, yeah, since I don't really have, like, any of this all the way together like I wanted to by today. Um, Mayhaps, if you feel so inclined, I'd be more than happy to share my time slot with
you can
any.
see that was all taken out of context. No, oh my God, we were
I'm
asked for
so
a good book and a
I'm so
poem,
very
and Div
I'm
said it was a short story. So
yeah, it was a short story, like a Napoleon type story. Like
so
my deep thoughts are actually a really shallow puddle. uh,
oh my Lord.
so yeah, that's the long and the short of that. Everyone having a good weekend so far? I say Printer God's in the mix. D-Gen. Did I say hi to T3 in the AI? I should. I feel like, oh, Daisy's here and Squaw Bob too. Like the gang's all here.
I mean, there's a great group of people that are actually showing up here. You got 14
I'm,
people. They were all looking forward to.
yeah, they were all looking forward to me making a fool of myself.
They wanted to hear about this Alpha versus
Yeah,
Sigma stuff that
they
we're.
they really did want to hear it. Well, I can start with what I do know, because what I do know
I
is
mean, it turned into a two-part story. I
it
mean,
did turn
whatever.
into a two-part story. It's actually a much more in-depth part story because it's not a because we're all very familiar with the alpha and beta dynamic like between animals and between people. Like there are people who are natural leaders that naturally successful rise to the top. The stereotypical alpha as we all know it. And then there's the betas who tend to be the followers. I mean,
Duck
just in the
tits and ray guns.
and then there are the type of people out there. There are apparently several different types of people out there. There are the Sigmas, which have all the competency, capability to be the alpha. They just don't. I mean,
They'll just always
how do I
blend
say?
in.
Do not give in the first 15 minutes without getting the YouTube algorithm mad at me. But that's the truth. They just don't care. Like they tend to be more loner type people. They tend to be more introverted. They're not out for validation from other people. That's the key right there is they get their value from internal pursuits. They are very, very rare. And yes, this is exactly where I ended up going. I was like, what's a gamma? What's a delta? What's an Amiga? What's an aluminum falcon? Who's they?
So I mean, so I don't even know where to even go. It was just like go to Google and ask what it means. It's like
I mean,
what does it
there's
mean to be called Sigma? This
I
is
mean, it means different things depending on what page you look at.
well,
But
see, that's what I'm according to dictionary.com. It says Sigma male is a
uh-huh.
slang term used in masculinist subcultures for a popular, successful, but highly independent and
Yes.
self-reliant man. Another term for a Sigma male is a lone wolf.
Exactly the understanding I have too. Whereas the alpha needs to have the validation of the pack, they serve the collective. And they may be at the top. They may be getting the most benefit off that service, but then there's like the gamma male, which I mean is kind of like a cross between a a beta and a sigma, kind of a little bit less on the honesty side. And then there's the hopeless ones, the deltas and the omegas, Although I've heard that Omega's like I've heard way different opinions on that one right there. Some people is just like says it's the bottom of the barrel, they're like completely irredeemable, like no value to society people, the ones no one wants. And then I've heard that about the Delta, and it's like, no, well, now that I've heard so many different things, and they're all, oh,
So let me see here. So then, Urban Dictionary says a popular, successful, but highly independent and self-reliant person, typically
yeah,
a male.
typically. I mean,
Couple sentences to actually show you how to use the word. One step above an alpha male.
yeah, one step above. That's the fun part about
Unlike
that.
the simps of Twitch, David was a Sigma male, as evidenced by his work ethic and the women throwing themselves at him.
Yeah,
Sigma.
and I've also heard that Sigmas have a tendency to be extremely cunning and deceptive. And it's just like, well, I don't know if I like that description. I watched an entire video that was basically alluding to that they're just like that solitary alpha type, very successful, very popular, very cunning and manipulative.
So, according to this one, it says a very self reliant person, kind of like an alpha, except higher.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot
About ready
about.
to hit
Like,
this. Oh,
yeah.
I missed 420. Like 3 minutes now. Dang it. Oh well.
So, like, Elon Musk wouldn't be. I mean, by all regards, you would consider him like not an alpha in the traditional sense. Definitely not. I mean, he displays beta tendencies, but he also is extremely popular, extremely successful. I wouldn't say he's charismatic or anything, but he has got that capacity to absolutely be a leader. I mean, the whole world won't stop talking about him. See? Actually, it's funny, Printer God, that you would mention that because there's actually a lot of like really legit psychology work done on this too, and then there's a lot of the people who don't understand the basis of psychology that turn these things. That's what the YouTube is what I was talking about. I didn't even get into the TikTok because the YouTube people don't know what they're talking about either. It's like there's got to be some clear cut definitions agreed upon if we're going to use words like this. And I just couldn't find a case for that at all. So that's why we're just like theorizing it, doing a discussion about it, because I didn't even realize that there were like terms outside of alpha and beta until, I don't know, within the last year. It's just really never was a big issue. So, now the gamma sounds actually extremely fascinating because I feel like there's probably a lot more of those. Do I know what I'm talking about? That was how I started this conversation. I thought I knew what I was talking about. I think it's cool to talk about too. That's why I'm talking about it.
I mean, just kind of skimming
'Cause I'm
around,
fascinated.
looking at things. So, brightside.me says the main difference lies in their attitude. Sigmas choose to sit outside the hierarchy, while
Oh, yeah.
alphas prefer to be at the top of it. The latter achieve success by climbing the hierarchy ladder. Sigmas, on the other hand, don't belong to any tribe.
But because they're ambiverts and they are extremely competent, they can fill the alpha role if necessary. very easily, but usually they just sit back and don't mess with anybody.
I don't even know what that even is for a song. I read that 3 times and been like, nope, no triggers. No clue what the heck that was. Squabble.
Maybe Squabob is actually composing his own music now. This is his own original lyrics. I don't recognize it either.
It is an interesting psychological conversation that can be useful. Agreed. Just some, especially young people, end up taking these labels as fact, and we start compartmentalizing people based on.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Right.
well, that's like the difference between like trying to understand human psychology and identity politics. Identity politics is a huge part of human psychology, but why? How are people susceptible to these type of tribalistic things? That's the stuff I like to understand. Is the why do we do these silly things? So if you can figure out the way people operate, the type of person you're dealing with, and you can understand their psychology at least somewhat better, hopefully. And you'll start picking up on these type of trends that these labels go ahead and actually embody. These character traits. Because character traits aren't immutable. People do change. Like you can go from one type to another type, but it usually
I
happens
mean, improve, right?
over long periods of time. I
mean, this
give
took
context.
me a couple years to get to where I'm at,
Right.
compared to where I was.
I mean, usually people follow certain patterns, like natural abilities and aptitudes. I don't know if people can actually, like, you can't fake those. You can't change those. Like, that is why, like, alphas are alphas. Betas can never become alphas. Alphas can become betas. I don't know if an alpha can become a sigma, but a beta can't ever become an alpha. I don't think that's possible. Everyone can become an omega, apparently. Don't do that. Like, don't have your life ruined and become a hopeless. That's what I got from that with, like, the deltas and the omegas. It's just like the most hopeless bottoms of, like, want to be beta but can't. Like, I got gamma to kind of seem like a more introverted, more little weirdo type beta. Unbreaded. Never give a shit. Yeah, unbreaded. Unbearded? Oh, get out of here with that. Vicky Tiberius Kirk.
Terrible. Battery's cool now. Did you see all those? Angry frog, horny frog, grumpy frog, unbreaded frog.
It does not say unbreaded. Read it again.
Oh, it doesn't. It says unbearded.
Unbearded frog. No,
frog.
Unbearded frog. Don't. I mean, that's the tadpole. Like, that's the unbearded frog.
Have I seen 11 Labs?
I have seen a video on that just today. That is that deep fake voiceover website that I think we were actually talking about that the other day on. Was that on the Rumble stream or did we do that here? Or I mean, when I say we, I mean you and Shirts. I think
some people call themselves out. Printer God, did you say you seen something about 11 Labs? I have not.
Oh, you haven't seen anything about it?
Yeah.
That is an interesting little website. But the stories on it and the way people are spinning it because of the potentiality of abuse I watched Tim Pool's video on it because I wanted the most bombastic, ridiculous oversell, and I knew he would go play with it. Yeah, it's like Chat GPT only for voiceovers. So now you got the like deep faking with the faces, and now you got the voiceovers. I mean, I'm seeing exactly where this is going.
I really don't like
We
this
was talking with
AI
Winning about
thing
it.
that people are doing.
Well,
It
I
really
mean,
drives me nuts.
they keep doing it, and Tim Pool was like, "Yeah, I put my voice in it, and it didn't work." And I'm like, "Yeah, yet." Give it a week. Yeah, pretty soon everything's going to be fabricated. It's all going to be done by the AI. Your nightly news, all your television programs, the AI is going to go through the aggregate of all the information available on the internet at AI machine learning speeds, and then it's just going to create the new content. And I don't know if anyone here is familiar with a lot of the early AI concepts. Like you let that thing run the gamut, it eventually becomes the Nazis. Don't do it. I mean, that's what isn't that what Elon's always been warning about, like where this goes and what this
I
becomes.
saw that Chat GPT started getting racist. I guess it can't ignore the data.
See, I mean, that's what I was just getting at. Like it starts going down an inevitable rabbit hole of the worst of what humanity is and how the human cycle of refreshing from the hard times, weak men whole concept, or hard times, strong men. You know, the cycle
Toy box, bro.
actually happens. Like, and once upon a time, we used to like war and breed the weak ones out more efficiently. We just don't do that anymore. So we're more peaceful now. That's a plus. But we're more susceptible to collapse. It's not so great. Like so, it's an evolutionary question of what do you value.
So I download that. I don't want to download stuff.
Oh, I wouldn't download it. I would definitely not download it. But you would also have to have audio files to put into it so that it can like render the names. But I know that there's like a site posted somewhere where a bunch of people have already done a whole bunch of these deep fakes and posted them. This is a whole problem.
I
You
don't
can
know.
soundbite because I don't want it to grab my voice and then I have to hear my voice coming from someone else. No, no, and it's not even a
No,
person.
I get that you just made it. I know, I get that. It's making me download it to play it for everybody else. I don't want to do that.
Of course it is. It wants to infect your system.
It's like download me, put me over here, in amongst all these other things that are not relevant to what this is.
So that I can go through all your data and all your sound files and pick up information on you and your PC because you've allowed me in. Not that it couldn't get in if it wanted to.
Well, it is from Printer God. It could simply just do that.
Oh, he sent you a file to play. So
He sent me something.
into the what is that damn thing called again? Not I got distracted with Chat GPT. But we were looking at the other thing.
Whatever. Printer God. So how do I do this? He's like, play this sound bite.
Printer God's awful about it. Yeah, 11 Labs. That's the one we're looking at. Yeah, I could have swore
I gotta do this.
he was talking about this with Winning. Oh, who? Yeah, is a pro with it. I'm not surprised that Winning went and played with the dang AI monster the moment it was released. What is this?
So this one, I might echo if I talk. So Printer God made this.
Printer God is a cool character. He is so much better than Cool Frog in every way. Divinity said so. I'm sorry, it just is what it is. Printer God is such a
Whose voice is it?
Whose voice is it?
Yeah,
Do you not recognize Nick Rekida's voice?
I couldn't. It's not 100% perfect, and my ear
It's not.
too acutely attuned.
That's where I'm going to call it the AI, where people
that-
are going
that,
to
like,
realize
it
when it
ruined Nick
is actually
Rekieta.
an AI or when it's actually somebody else.
Yeah,
Because, like myself, I have a little bit of a
everybody else heard it.
lisp per se. Some say that I mumble at certain times. You know, so you're not going to actually get the attitude, mood swing changes and things, whatever, to go along with that. So, as far as the AI goes, it can suck cock. Just saying. Learn from that. That's what I say. AI.
Yeah, I've heard it done with Rogan. I've heard it done with Trump. There are certain voices that are just uncanny valley of, like, way, way too accurate. I mean, I'm sure doing Joe Biden would be extremely easy because Joe Biden doesn't. I mean, now trying to get it to gas the way Biden does, that'll be the hard part. Like, make the clip just become unintelligible, mumbly nonsense. Oh wait, I mean, you got to put in the text to make the clip, though, don't you? That because I was watching them use it, and it's just like, man, I don't know about this. This is gonna be a problem.
Hey, Natalie, how you doing? Good to see you. I think we said hi to everybody. Did we say hi to
assuming that is assuming we have 10 years. We keep
10 years.
Yeah, he said, Printer God says you have to be nice to the AI because in 10 years from now, it will go back and see what you said. Got to be on its good side. And I'm like, that's assuming we have 10 years when we keep poking.
I'll be safe. I'm friends with Printer God.
A nuclear superpower.
Printer God will save me.
Printer God will protect you. Hi, Nat. Natalie's in chat. So yeah, this thing is terrifying with the Chat GPT being a thing and being able to like deep fake someone else's face onto whatever body.
Oh, you're not the AI. The AI would not make itself look like that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, when the AI gets to getting too perfect, the AI turns into like a Melissa Jane character, and you know it's not real. Like, it's like, no way. Do people from Australia ever look like that? Do people from Australia even exist? Get out of here with your AI. Speaking of, see, like, all I had to do was the AI, and the AI is like, oh, what?
Dear.
Oh, are you dropping?
She just dropped
again?
5
more
memberships.
I didn't even think this was going to be a membership drive type.
Natalie McClendon picked up 1.
Congratulations, Nat. You deserved it.
Anybody else that's out there?
Is there anybody here that doesn't already have one? Like, all I see is Blue Stars is like a members only stream, except for Natalie. I want to know what happens to the outstanding ones.
Printer God does not have one. Does not have a little blue star. He's just Blue Wrench.
Oh, well, I
That's what I'm
technically
saying.
don't. I
There's a
technically don't
couple
have one
people that
either.
can click on
Yeah,
it
yeah.
and
Cat
hit
Cat
accept
Ninja.
gifts.
I don't even know.
Cat Ninja is gifted a membership. Uh, mods is you the Discord mods be paying attention because people that get links. So
He doesn't. He does not want a membership to Frog
I
Army.
didn't want one either. Fine. I mean, you can just click on it anyway.
Fine, let someone else
It
have it.
costs you
I
nothing,
don't
and it
care.
doesn't force you to go into the next month.
It,
It asks
it's
you.
it's for supporting Cool Frog, and yes, it automatically expires. But it's for supporting Cool Frog. It's not because you want to do it. It's because shut up and take my money. I don't like
It does
you.
ask you a question. Did you want to continue?
I mean, as long as you
Supporting?
get the revenue from
And
it,
it
even if
asks
nobody
you
claims
for
it.
information from there. So it doesn't even ask you for any information right now. All it
I
is
mean,
is just goes and it accepts the free gift.
yep.
You just never know what else will come along with that. You never know.
The one thing I wonder, because I don't have this available to look at myself, is if they don't go claimed, do you still get paid? So you new to
Oh,
this, so you ain't even gotten
I
the YouTube paycheck
think
yet.
so because it actually takes the money from the
The
payee
person who
no
bought
matter
them, yes,
what.
the
Right.
donator. Right. I would assume that it would too.
You see T3 sitting there. I'm tempting you
Yeah,
with my 3 month. Go click on it. There's 3 left.
you're very generous, Shelley. We thank you. We thank you greatly. And by we, I mean this fool, because I ain't seeing no cent of that. That's frog money. You let him have that. I'll get my own monetization if I can ever find 1,000 people dumb enough to come subscribe to my channel. So far, I got 81. See, now that's what I was wondering, Squad Bob, because he said I think the money gets like refunded. I was like, well, I could see a case for either way. Like if nobody's getting the benefits of the membership, like does that membership go like get refunded? But I mean, nobody here's had
Yeah,
monetization long enough to
I,
know.
I mean, T3 will be able to tell us. She'll be
Yeah,
able to
she
tell
will.
us if she's been getting kickbacks or not.
Like, yeah, YouTube's refunding money to me. Like, in that case,
Jesus, LOL. When you're monetized, I'll still be around.
I know Clumsy does the membership like donations one at a time.
She
She'll
does.
just drop 5, but she'll drop them individually.
Usually,
And
right?
if
Usually
nobody claims them,
individuals
she'll
like 3.
wait.
Right? She did. She has seen her do that a couple different places where she come in, she drop 3 individual ones.
Yep, I've seen her do that here.
Right.
The day you had memberships enabled for the first time. I still got mine from Cloud Illusions though, so my official Frog Army sponsor. Hashtag officially sponsored. I'm contractually obligated to say that every time. I know, I checked my contract.
I didn't put him to a contract. He made up his own contract. So anybody else thinking that I might put you on a contract?
Oh,
No.
I definitely made this up myself. It's
You
a joke.
definitely have to write your own contract. I'm not going to write it for you.
Yes, it's a definite, and he's not going to sign it for you either, so it doesn't actually have any validity whatsoever.
There's absolutely 0 employees under my, and there's nobody getting paid but me. YouTube is allergic to refunds. Yeah, YouTube is allergic to refunds. It's. I had to actually go when they yeeted the channel, and I had to go back and actually ask for the channel back. that was the reason I originally wanted to talk to anybody, was to get the $12 back or whatever for premium.
Yeah.
Which, if you're one of those that are out there that has premium, those premium users, when you actually watch things, you actually give us more money than what those that don't watch the ads give. Just saying.
So what you're basically saying is I'm a giant POS. Because not only do I not have premium, I have an ad blocker on at all times, and I run that through Brave browser, which also has its own ad blocking, tracker blocking software. And if an ad ever does get through my filters, guess what? I hit that skip button.
See,
Man, I didn't.
I have premium.
Oh, Moose in the house.
What up, Moose? What's going on?
See, yeah, I was an ad blocker user before like monetization existed on these platforms, and ads were just annoying. I mean, monetization for creators, like the platform was making money, but nobody else was. Like, I don't care about your money. Let the people who have more invested in me deal with that, or someone who
So did
cares.
we ever figure out what kind of social media platforms Moose has? We all know that he has a YouTube channel.
He does
You
have a
know?
YouTube channel.
Right, we know that.
You want to get the Moose on the stream, don't you?
I want to talk to him.
For some reason, I want to say I think he's on Twitter. Because isn't he the one who sent me the deep fakes of the faces? Yeah, that was Moose. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I was a little bit in the bag that day, so yeah, Moose Maneuver accepted my request. He's on Twitter.
See? Okay.
Yeah, same name on Twitter, same avatar icon and everything. He keeps it consistent.
Moose.
He's following me now, so you follow me on Twitter.
He's the one that shared those
Yeah, he
alien
shared.
masks.
Yup, he
The-
sure did.
The Darth Hideous masks.
Yeah,
Um.
he did the Darth Vader hideous deepfake.
So I'm wondering if I send something to you, Moose,
Hmm.
you come join us, come talk to us, come hang out with us.
Click
We
that
were
link.
supposed to do some Alpha Sigma thing or whatever, but
That
as you can
kind of
see,
fell
I didn't
apart.
even title the show that way.
No,
I
because
left it blank because I had no clue if he was going to be for
yeah,
sure on doing this
we
or
did
not.
we did touch on a little bit of it, and then there's just so much more to touch on that, like,
Right?
I don't know. That might not be for your channel. I might actually need to have people on my channel to talk that one, because I need to do it in a time where I'm prepared to actually know, like, what an aggregate of the
Have to say
differences.
when you're going to do it.
And I think there's like 6 or 7 or 8 different labels that I'm gonna have to look into now, because like gammas, deltas. I mean, I'll do a whole double episode special on the beta, because I love the beta, and I think the betas are probably the most common. Like,
I figured
people.
you out.
Yeah,
I forgot that we did get some.
yeah, we got some content from you. Some awesome.
There's a link that I sent to you, Moose. Go click on that link. Come bring yourself in here. Come talk to us. Because this Alpha Sigma thing
I don't.
needs a lot more work, apparently.
Yeah, I don't.
Apparently,
I
don't know how much. We're gonna have to create a spot where Darth can go and throw some stuff at me or whatever, and I can look through what he's actually going through. So I have ways to actually speak about it, because
Oh man, there's
No.
so much, and there's, like I said, the more you read or watch, the
click the button.
Yeah, click it.
It's not that scary. It's really not. If you ever thought that you weren't sure if you wanted to actually put yourself
I mean, he's already got 400 subscribers on YouTube.
right.
That's
That's
like
if you were
5
ever
times more than
concerned about
me.
putting yourself on the internet, you just weren't sure. Here's the place to do it. Here's the place to do it because you go anywhere else. I remember the first time I put myself up on the internet, just scared as fuck.
Yeah, this is not a scary place at all. This is I mean, it's not. I'm not gonna say it's a safe space, but
I walked into a room with
it's not a setup.
Yellow Flash,
Ooh,
Cecil, Drax, and Aiden Paladin because
how the hell?
Yellow Flash was doing an open mic.
Oh, so you just was like,
I
I'm gonna
walked
jump
in there
in.
scared as fuck, you know.
Did
And
you really even? I mean, you follow these guys, don't you?
blood flow like instantly like dismissed itself and come rushing back or whatever type thing, whatever. I was just like instantly like holy shit, and I just kind of like and Cecil's like he's doing his Skeletor crap and speak up, young man, or whatever. And I told him to fuck himself. Fuck off. Fuck off,
Oh.
Cecil. You suck.
Oh, there's nothing to have anxiety over here. I promise. If you've ever seen any other episodes of this show, you know the standard for this is the bar is so low you could trip over it if you ain't careful. I mean, FFS, he has divinity set on.
When you walk in a room like that, you know, you're like, oh.
Oh, I mean, I guess if it's just like that's just a good place to work it, like working anxiety vibes.
Right? If you
Therapy
ever
and
think that
stuff.
you're gonna do anything and you're gonna actually go places, you're gonna do things online, you think that you're gonna do something, come join us. You don't have to turn on a camera. There's no he's like biting his nails. It's like you don't exactly. If you have anxiety like a motherfucker, this is the place to go.
Right, this is like a therapy or something. Like, you know, all that nonsense that they tell you to get you to do stuff you don't want to do. All that peer pressure, peer pressure, peer pressure.
No, yeah, I'm with you on the anxiety in general. It kind of you kind of work over it. You really do. It takes a little bit of time, and your other like for the longest time. It's only recently that I've been able to actually just hit the go live button. And for the longest time, it was every 15 minutes on the 15 minutes. I wouldn't start unless it was like right at that specific time.
I mean, I don't know how long you're going, Frog, to answer Moose's actual question.
I don't know.
I probably got to shoot out of here in about another hour and a half ish, because like I said, I still got that stream I got to go do with Clumsy too. I don't expect that to be very long, so if you want to like stream through it, I can jump back in afterwards.
The interesting Moose is when you're sitting there because you're sitting by yourself.
Yeah.
You just turn off the microphone.
No, don't turn off the microphone. Turn off the camera. Turn on the microphone.
Well, I mean, just if you to that point where you turn off the microphone, turn off the camera, and just sit there for a second and think about it. You're like, I'm by myself. I'm gonna go talk to two people. That's who you're talking to, is two people.
Basically Tweedledee and Tweedle Jackass.
Chat is something that you can not pay attention to off the beginning. It just adds another layer of complexity to it. So you just kind of stay away from chat. You hold the conversation with us.
The chat is too awesome.
You'll see yourself actually getting better at it or whatever. And you'll be like, oh, okay, so now I can chat. Look at you. And as speaking of people that we've been trying to come up here.
Oh dear, here we go again.
Hey. It's K.
I mean, yeah, don't worry about the scissor fingers. They're not after you.
Yeah, scissor fingers don't care about some person coming up and
there's no cool Frog clips out there.
No,
Oh.
really, I've seen so very few, like one or two from Dev, like maybe one from Jazz, and that's pretty much about it. If Winning did something, like, you
Yeah, but
really
that
seriously.
those are clip moments of epic times, like having like someone actually C tier celebrity, because we are some E tier celebrities. Like nobody knows who we are, nobody cares. But if you have like
Oh,
a
I
Joe
put us
on,
down into the G tier, you know.
or if you have somebody like Nick Rekieta on doing it, I mean that wasn't on your channel technically, but it was for you because when you got banned and all those people came to rally for you, actually gave Jessica a huge boost. Everybody came up, but I mean, you like got half the amount of subs on YouTube over on that Rumble side
I
that
did.
day. So that was like a
I did
huge
pick
bump
up the
there because that's where you
sweet
should be.
Rumble pump. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. Uh,
Not that a lot of people use it. I see like a couple people here and there, and that's why I think I have the tendency with these early shows to not use the Rumble. It just doesn't seem to. You maybe get like one person, maybe. So we're only here on YouTube. I would stream, but 10 bombs allowed on YouTube.
I mean,
And that's the thing is, no, they're really not.
no, and you don't need to do that either. Like that is,
It's,
I'll let you get away with some.
just as much as
Some shit,
swearing any other word. You're using the F word over and over again. No, no.
That one's really frowned upon though. Like that, they'll take you down for that one. Not YouTube itself. It's usually the hate mob that like finds out, and then they go report. I don't see anyone in the hate mob here today, like, but they don't ever talk in chat. You ever notice that? The people who like to do the stream reporting, they don't even really watch. They just want to get rid of you.
Mr. Terrible.
Mr. Terrible, I have not seen that, but that is hilarious.
It says you can click on it and view it.
Did you watch it yet? Did he send it to you too?
He called us Yahtzees because
He called us Yahtzees.
No.
Play it on the stream. I don't know if I'm gonna get away with that. Frog might get rid of me for the final time for endorsing this thing you sent me. Send it to him. Make him play it. I can't present it without his permission. I just told him not to. So,
yeah, I don't. There'd have to be like a specific show that I would have to actually be like, yeah, okay, here you go, Darth. You can have control of the show.
Yeah, ruin the show completely.
I already took away control from Clay from yesterday. So.
Fired the former third chair.
It seems like it was only yesterday. That music was so loud. It's like it's still going through my body.
Oh yeah, because you made conspiracy, and that was loud. I'm glad I took my headphones off for that one. No, you're supposed to send it to Cool Frog on Discord. Make him play it. Like, let him watch it first and see if he gonna play it. Bet you
Madcore Mofo in the house.
The mofo has entered the chat. Oof.
It doesn't really like your voice, Cool Frog. It gets the sound right, but doesn't get the cadence. At least not yet. Makes you sound boring and bland.
That is what Cool Frog sounds like.
I'd tell you to do something, Printer God, but you'd probably be like, okay, when can I come over?
Oh dear, the chat's trying to peer pressure this. Don't do it. You want? I could forward this to you, I guess, but don't do it.
That's funny, Printer God.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah.
I don't have to send this to you. Oh no, Mr. Terrible sent this to me, so that if you're funnying him, then you ain't seen it.
He sent me 2 files, one synthesized audio 2,
Oh,
one synthesized audio 3. I wonder what he synthesized already. What is synthesized audio 1? Huh?
you're gonna have to bring it up to find out. It's probably just that he deep faked your voice
Sunday morning.
by the sound of it. You know who I think would do the AI could do really good? They could do a Madcore Australian because he's already AI anyway, so they should nail it perfectly.
Silly man. I know 2 is Nick and 3 is me. Who is where in what is synthesized audio 1?
Oh, I hope it's not
Why
me.
does that not exist?
I hope.
Where is that? That's what I want to know. Where's the original synthesized audio? Share that.
Oh no! If you're gonna do Divinity arguing with anybody, do Divinity arguing with winning, because that's always the world needs way more of that. Winning Reality arguing with Divinity. He's arguing with Drunk Baron.
He sent me his synthesized audio 1.
Oh, do I even want to know?
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Farron
We'll go over that.
Farron screaming at Farron. that would be the ultimate.
He's like, the AI is learning. It's
man.
it's whatever, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah. So my voice might echo if I talk.
Oh.
Here you go.
Okay, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean what I said about AI. I do think that it is a really awesome tool if used appropriately. I just don't think we're there yet is all. But yeah, Printer God, you were right. Okay.
Printer God, that was horrible.
I wonder if you gave it 2 different sound bites, one of like somebody who is clearly sober and then one who is clearly having the wasted. It's the same person, mind you. If it would create 2 different cadences or not. It doesn't do his voice that great, but I mean, you could tell what it was trying to do. It sounded like somebody doing a Cool Frog impression.
So here, this is because I had asked him for it. Printer God putting up synthesized audio 1. So this is his first attempt at doing something here, right? So
So there is this guy, Printer God, okay, and he's just really, really good at cybersecurity and IT stuff.
Now that one sounded a lot more like Nick than the other one. Maybe I just hadn't listened to his voice long enough that I kind of forgot what he sounds like because, well...
So there is this guy, Printer God, okay, and he's just really, really good at cybersecurity and IT stuff.
Mm.
No. Do you need to bleach your brain, Divinity?
Uh-oh. Let's just
It's
read
not quite nasally enough. Like I said, it's not perfect, but like
some details should not be
pretty
headlined.
close. Yeah, that's like well, it's a Idaho 4 headline, so and the details of that can't be great. I mean, it's related to that, yeah. Moose, those college kids.
One of the
And that
girls got
unibrow.
her fingers removed while fighting.
Oof.
This should be something I should have to click to read. Yeah. I agree.
Man, the more details that actually come out about this story, oof. Like, man. At least they can't put pictures in the headlines, but there's that.
I mean, until they start doing that. Thanks for giving them an idea.
Hey, man, I'm just here to screw up your day. Don't mind me. Mhm. Yeah, that would be awful.
Solitary confinement.
I mean, Karen likes the F-bomb a lot. And she also likes to pick fights with people when she is having the wasted. Because she doesn't do that when she's sober. Well, I can't say that. That's not true. Karen is a woman. This whole thing, the more and more I hear about it, this Idaho thing, the less and less sense it makes. Because it's like, didn't they say the entire timeline of this was like 14 minutes? We've been here for an hour and 2 minutes.
I mean, I guess.
Like, how did you manage to? How did he manage to pull all this off in 14 and a half minutes or something? That just.
I see.
I have always speculated that this was not a single person. Like, from the very beginning, it's like 4 people, 14 minutes, like, with a knife? Man. I don't know if I buy all of that. By yourself. Like, maybe 2. 2 is, but like the nature of it, it's like, why would you think you were gonna bring, like, who would you bring with you on that expedition? Because I mean, yeah, whoever did this is clearly like extremely unstable. How do you find someone else that's that unstable? No, when I said she's a woman, I meant she reacts very emotionally. I was not trying to bag on women, okay? It's just women tend to be a lot more emotional and tend to. I mean, I remember seeing during a stream she was doing back when she was not nearly this gross. She was still talking about the Kurt and the copyright striking several months ago, and somebody who was a Kurt fan someone by the name of Carolina showed up in her chat defending Kurt, and she just started like attacking her. Like she was defending Kurt, not attacking Farron, but defending Kurt. And Farron just started attacking this woman for apparently like defending him when she was trying to like trash on him, but it got gross in her chat that day because she just wouldn't leave her be, and she was just so nasty to her. It's like, well, people are gonna think what they're gonna think.
So
You gonna fight everybody?
Moose Maneuver. You remember what it felt like back when you first put your first video out?
I'm
You're
always going to
nervous.
be bitter about that, Shelly.
You're nervous. You just didn't know what to do. You're just like, are they gonna like me? Are they not gonna like me?
Oh,
You know, am I gonna come across wrong? Is everything gonna is my channel gonna survive? You know, all those feelings that you get, you know, that hit that nerves, that make you like anxious about just about everything. By the time you get to like the fourth or fifth one, you know how you're like, it's fine. I'm just gonna put this up. You didn't even question it. You didn't think about it. It's pretty much what it's like doing this. Pretty much the same way. You do, you know, first couple times you're a little nervous. You don't know if you know what stories to tell, which ones you know. You want to, you know, your name's Moose. You know, so when you tell stories, are you going to tell people that your name is Moose, or are you going to tell people that your name is your actual name? Because if you go and you tell people that your name is Moose, the one or two times of you slipping up, they might not catch it. After that, they might. Somebody might finally catch on and be like, they slipped up again when telling their own story when mom yelled at them. Mom didn't yell Moose. Mom yelled, you know, whatever your real name is, you know. So you really, I get it. It's nerve wracking. You don't want to. There's certain things that you can't do. Whatever. You know, if you're not sure about doing this, hit up Discord. Right, hit up Discord. Go join us in there. Hold some conversations here and there, and get yourself used to actually talking on a microphone or whatever, and what you actually sound like. And then move yourself into it. And we'll help you. We'll help you out. Once you actually know who we are,
Yeah.
you're not so concerned about meeting new people at the same time. Come meet
being
us.
live
Come
on the
talk to
internet?
us. What's that?
I said, as being live on the internet, like, why would you want to
Right.
broadcast your first meeting to the entirety of the 12 people, 13 people watching? That's what I'm
Right.
estimating. There could be up to 20,
It says
but
now
it's usually
11.
around
But
15. Yeah, that's probably
it
right.
happens. That happens when, you know, about this time of day. So I mean, it's not. It's going on dinner time. It's going on dinner time. There's no specific topic. If we had specific topic, we had something that was actually, you know, captivating. Like Moose Maneuver showed up. You know, just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Or Kay came in the room. Kay
Oh,
came
well.
in the room, and there's a whole bunch of talk about a elephant.
I mean, Kay really doesn't like that LOL event.
She does.
And I don't blame her for that, but it's like, I mean, there's so much more to the world than the fat, hypocritical, like, complete lolcow who can't get over herself. I mean, I can understand why you don't like it, and I can understand why I don't like it and then move on because I don't really give a shit. I mean, I understand Div's issue. This giant pile of trash is attacking her directly. with a bunch of bullshit, by the way. Lies and deceits and abuses. Like, I can understand why Div wouldn't want to, like, just find something else to be, like, hopefully less mad about. I don't know. I mean, come get it out, and then I'm not
gonna
trying to
send you a
protect
link
her,
to
but
to that email address. Okay, you go click on that. You bring yourself in here.
yeah, she does gaslight her community, and everyone should leave her community because she'd be gaslighting like Mava. But you're always going to find those people out there. Lying straight to your face is what gaslighting means. It just means lying straight to your face, trying to sell you a story that is absolute bullshit. I mean, but making it seem, yeah, making you feel crazy about not believing the lies. Like, that's, yeah, you can't be gaslit because you don't just buy into anything. You literally think for yourself. You can't be gaslit. Like, that just, because like, if something doesn't seem like it maps on with reality, yeah, look into it, and it's like, oh, really? But then you like look at some of the people that are the loudest voices on the internet. They're gaslit and gaslighters.
Okay. I want to put a link out there for you, dear. Put one in I sent it to your email. You go right from your phone. You just go and you hit that link. You follow it. You turn everything else off on your phone. You know, because you'll be in show. You don't have to worry about listening to the show. Just saying. Just follow the prompt.
You know, the moment you enter the studio, he's going to put you right on stream. That's what he does. Unless he tells you he's not going to, in which case you might have to type in private chat. Like, go ahead and can she still talk to you from the backstage while you're live, or do you have to bring her in here? We got to get somebody in here eventually. I'm gonna have to end up leaving before too long. So.
Yeah. Okay. It just said, "Oops." She went on a message removal spree. Sorry about that, Jen, with no filter. Yes. Hello to you. Hello to you. I'm glad that you're here. She says can't stay long. Just wanted to show support. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Anybody out there that doesn't already have the little blue star next to their name, go down below, hit the join button, hit gift options. There should still be 3 gift options left for today. I was kind of hoping that we could actually use those as opposed to allowing them to expire. I have a feeling that's what they do. Just seems as that's the way it is. Okay.
Well, Shelly said something about they go to people the next stream, but that's not the case, Shelly. Like, I was here the very next stream after we did our drive, and there were still like 3 that I counted outstanding from Madcore. And when we started the next stream, none of those were ever at any point during the stream awarded to anyone.
TR. What is up, brother? It's just I'm late and gay and whoops about to take my CDL on Monday, which me luck. Will which you lots and lots of hearts.
Which me luck? So we gotta toss a coin. He's the Witcher. Witch him luck. Toss a coin to your Witcher. No, I didn't even watch that.
I'm guessing he's on his phone.
Well, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Glad you're around, brother. Good to see you.
I mean, Class A is a is a bish, that's for sure. But
I hope he does. I hope he actually gets his. If he's testing or whatever, he actually gets that and gets it finished so that way he can actually move on with his life.
okay,
Being stuck with somebody else the whole time training. Don't hate Farron. Don't hate anyone. But I can't stand hypocrites, is my main thing. Her, of all people, taking a stand for free speech when she does the same thing as EB trying to ban people on YouTube.
well, she's super all for free speech, as long as you're not saying things that
Okay.
are critical or shining her in a
Get
negative
so
light.
many
That's
words out. I'm telling you, you just you could talk, talk, talk. You take up the rest of the time. I don't care. Come in here. Come in here. You just turn everything else off. There's its own chat inside here. Whatever, you'll be able to actually
yeah.
still read chat if that's what you're actually wondering about.
Well, see,
It does
everybody's chanting
right
for
straight from your
Kay.
phone. You don't need a special microphone. You don't need soundboards. You don't need any of that. None of
You can
that's
have a
necessary.
screaming 3-year-old if you want. Apparently, the bar is so low you could trip over it. Or unless you have a screaming 4-year-old.
Well, I mean,
Tadpole's 3, right?
yes.
And
Still.
Crystal's little junior, who also is a screamer, is 4.
And somewhere about a month or two before or after, somewhere around his birthday, you find out when Tadpole turns 4.
Oh, eh,
Oh, wait, yep, this year. This year.
eh.
Yes. I don't like people that contradict themselves
I mean,
in the same sentence.
that's really a fair statement. You missed the.
Oh no! It's not a Debbie Downer for you to actually be like, I've said my piece, and I'm done. I don't want to be a Debbie. No, it's excitement. It's fun. It's interesting. It's somebody that has an opinion about something
We
that
don't have
needs
anything
to
better to
come in
talk
here
about.
and share it.
And Cool Frog will also not rest until you do. So just come and join
Moose says,
stream,
"I
hang out.
like Debbie. She puts out." Divinity says, "Only in Dallas."
Oof. Oof. That's a old reference right there. Wow, that's a conspiracy theory Mr. Terrible is throwing out there. What if K is actually Hannah? TR, put on your gifted membership thing. Click that join button, click them 3 dots up at the top, drop that down and hit that select gifts and
He's on an I
hmm.
something or
But
other
he's an idiot
mobile
device.
somewhere. That's his
Idiot
issue.
device. Oh dear. Well, never mind then. YouTube doesn't play nice
Unless
with
he
that
knows how to
apparently.
actually turn on gifts on an
I
iDevice.
mean, he could probably.
Maybe he knows something.
I don't think you can do it on the app, but I think if you go through a browser, you can. It's
Be right back. Okay.
yeah.
It's HP. Right back.
So
You can find W's at any bar.
is that true?
I've sat in plenty of bars and there's like none.
I I haven't been to a bar in a very long time.
Not even a tender. It's been a while. It's been a long while. If you
Div really,
don't show us
Div really wants to talk about that.
Balloon Pop, never
In
watched
fact,
Balloon
she's not
Pop.
the only one. There's a couple of people who really want to talk about that.
The balloon pop.
Yes.
Did it actually finally pop?
That we popped it apparently. Oops.
We let the Chinese military. How far did they actually get to fly?
Saloon. I don't know. Look it up.
No, yeah, we can hit it up. Let's see. 51 minutes go live. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Saloon.
At this hour with breaking news. Just moments ago, the U.S. shot down the suspected Chinese surveillance balloon off the coast of the Carolinas, a recovery operation.
Off the coast of the Carolinas, they let the Sunbridge balloon fly all the way across the whole United States before they took it down.
Well, that was the point, wasn't it?
What do you mean that was the point?
Well, they wanted to see everything before they pretended to be the good guys. Like the damage is done.
So
Yeah.
freaking stupid.
Uh,
What the
is
fuck?
is it stupid or is it malicious? The world may never
Whose
know.
side is Joe Biden on? You know what?
I mean,
Let's
do you
do
have
this.
to
Let's get
ask
into this.
still?
Let's get into this. This is a massive Chinese surveillance balloon has moved across the continental U.S. this week and has been shot down. The Pentagon has confirmed that the balloon is being used for surveillance, disputing China's claim that it was a civilian aircraft used for meteorological purposes. Brig General Pat Ryder said that the balloon didn't pose a physical or military threat, and once it was detected, the U.S. took steps to protect against foreign intelligence collection of sensitive information. Don't all the way to the Carolinas, and you're gonna tell me that you freaking took it? Printer God, are you around?
Yep.
What are you? What are these? What are these clown faces for? What are you?
That's what's going on here. This is to like
The second balloon is
you.
over Latin America. So, um, I'm just trying to catch up with chat. No, I'm not. Are you sure? You want to come in here? You want to explain some of this to us?
He's not around.
He says no, I'm not.
Nope. He said, "You were like, are you around?" He's like, not available for this. I mean,
Are you? Well, that we just asked him if he was around. He says no, I'm not. Can you be around? Are you available for a few moments? Secretary of State Anthony Blinken posted a planned trip to China as the balloon's presence over the continental U.S. added new tensions to the U.S.-China relationship. Blinken called the balloon a clear violation of U.S. sovereignty and international law.
Yeah, he really doesn't know any
Really
more than
don't know
public,
anything
and if
more.
he did, he wouldn't tell you. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, you can. You can come lie to us.
Oh,
All right, I got you. Seems as that everybody that that's out there that needs to bring themselves in here just
isn't
don't want
doing
to.
it.
They're like, nah, not today. Not today. Don't want to.
Saturday, they're trying to chill. They're not trying to do YouTube conspiracies on Saturdays.
Right.
He's busy making fair and deep face.
China has a fleet of these types of surveillance balloons, according to the senior defense official, including the one that is spotted flying over Venezuela and Colombia this week. These balloons are all part of the People's Republic of China fleet of balloons developed to conduct surveillance operations, which have also violated the sovereignty of other countries. These kinds of activities are often undertaken at the direction of People's Liberation Army, or PLA, the official said. Over the past several years, Chinese balloons have previously been spotted over countries across 5 continents, including East Asia, South Asia, and Europe. So they're launching these balloons everywhere. This is not just oh, this balloon is going to be launched over the United States. There's several balloons that are being launched around the world for them to take their own surveillance measures, so that they know exactly. Uh, I bet it measures. There's a lot more that this whatever it is measuring. Ain't that what Japan did before Pearl Harbor? Huh.
I mean, we're saying this like we don't have way, way better tech that's been doing this for just as long. But everybody's doing this. Like, it would be ridiculous to think otherwise.
But so I mean, now that things are much larger scale the way they are, and uh, how weaponry can actually uh, we've talked about hypersonic missiles, ridiculously high speeds that don't actually exit the atmosphere and come back into the atmosphere. So the satellites, you're going to really be struggling to actually catch movement and be able to shoot it down before it actually hits something is going to be more difficult.
Oh yeah, all this stuff is out there.
There's a lot of things to actually think about when it comes to uh, military might and things that are currently happening.
Oh,
Try to catch him back up to chat again.
they're half of them are talking about this, and half of them are talking about the Farron. And Judge Maddie actually makes a very wonderful comment that gives me
I
so
mean,
much. You're a ray of sunshine,
okay,
Maddie.
I'll give you the floor. You can come in here and
You
you
put
you
Maddie
can
in here? Or Boo?
share your opinions and your thoughts. I'll give you an open floor for this lady. I know that you have enough to say. Seemed pleasant enough to me. Let's go. Come on. Okay, so this is digging around earlier, and the only way that I could actually read a particular article was actually through the Washington Post. And so again, this is the
I
Washington
mean, this
Post.
is a very authoritative news source.
It's disturbing how left they really are. Just think, just say it. Just say it.
Let's
Think about
let's
it. Uh,
let's get the mainstream
we're gonna kind
authoritative
of break.
source
I'm gonna kind of break
opinion.
this. It's a fairly decently long article, so for us to actually get through this, may not read the whole thing. So this is Biden's tense diplomatic dance with China has a long history. Just minutes before President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping entered the ornate ballroom in the Palais of Bali Hotel in November for their first face to face meeting as leaders of their countries, the two shared a warm handshake and expressed optimism that the meeting would help thaw a relationship that was in the lowest point in decades. The two met for 3 hours, and although there's no major breakthrough, Biden said afterwards that there need not be a Cold War between the global superpowers, and he vowed that the United States and China would maintain open lines of communication, revealing that he had asked Secretary of State Antony Blinken to travel to Beijing to continue the conversation. So then it brings up the balloon. So then this is but Biden's months long effort to improve the U.S. China relationship hit a major hurdle Friday when he chose to postpone Blinken's trip to China just hours before his top diplomat was set to leave. The decision came in response to the Pentagon's discovery of an alleged Chinese spy balloon flying over the continental United States. For Biden, the episode was an important moment in that it had been a years long diplomatic dance with Xi, whom he got to know when the two were both vice presidents more than a decade ago. Despite the warmth displayed in Bali, experts and those close to the White House said Biden's decision to send clear message to China and perhaps to Republican critics at home reflected a long held view that the biggest threat in the US China relationship is not a deliberate act of war, but a miscalculation or mistake that could escalate into a catastrophic conflict. Uppermost, uppermost on President Biden's mind when he thinks about China is a very real risk that he sees of an incident or accident that occurs because the Chinese have a misunderstanding about the situation in many cases, a misunderstanding about the United States. This is Daniel Russell, the U.S. diplomat who helped plan Biden's trip to meet with Xi in 2011. By deferring Blinken's trip, Russell said Biden is aiming to send China a clear signal. He is determined to show the United States is not a declining power, that the United States is not economically
Bullshit.
on the ropes. He's determined to show the United right. He's determined to show the United States isn't backing away from its values and commitment to support democracy and international law. I've really
Uh,
learned to dislike the word democracy. I really have.
Democracy is just the tyranny of the weak and stupid over the strong and productive.
Divinity says if I had an airship, I would locate Atlantis. People
People
aren't
aren't
looking hard
looking hard
enough.
enough. Yeah, you don't need an airship for that. You need a snorkel.
So
Atlantis
let's see.
went to the bottom of the sea.
Right. The incident is also a sharp reminder that one of Biden's top priorities since taking office has been shifting American foreign policy toward confronting China, which in views is the biggest long-term threat to American interests. That determination has been eclipsed by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, but it remains an underpinning of Biden's worldview. For their part, Republicans, who sometimes appear divided in their opposition to Russia, are more unified in opposing China, sometimes criticizing Biden for not being tough enough, other times working with him. One of the biggest bipartisan actions of Biden's presidency has been passage of the CHIPS Act, a $52.7 billion investment in American semiconductor manufacturing intended in large part to ensure the U.S. does not fall behind China in that crucial industry. Beijing on Friday acknowledged that the balloon was originated in China, but said it was also a meteorological aircraft that was blown off course, claims to have been rejected by Pentagon officials who say they are certain the balloon is a surveillance craft.
Yes, because we have way better surveillance craft than a damn balloon. Uh,
The U.S. military aircraft on Saturday downed the suspected surveillance balloon. Biden said he told the Pentagon on Wednesday to shoot down the balloon as soon as possible without putting anyone on the ground at risk.
oh, we're
Some white
already at risk.
it
The
took them
thing went
that
all the
long.
way across.
Yep, it took them that long to figure it out. They're like, "Oh, this is the best place," and
Yeah, the
the
ocean.
path that
The,
it's taken for us to take it down all the way out by the Carolinas. Yep, that's what it was. Definitely.
after it had come all the way across already, like now that it's no longer potentially a threat, let's get rid of it because all the damage has already been done.
Some White House allies said postponing Blinken's trip was an overreaction to the incident, particularly because U.S. officials have said they do not think the balloon was able to gather information that cannot be acquired in other ways. Okay, such as a spy satellites. The Chinese government acknowledged the balloon's existence only after its location surfaced publicly, said one senior administration official, adding that Beijing had expressed regret. So now they know the trajectory paths of where certain things kind of will actually kind of land, right? So like, oh, okay, so if we can aim something else that'll actually follow that path of that balloon that just went through there, and can drop or release or do different things, causing damage almost everywhere. And there's so much thought that the United States didn't put it into play. They should have taken it down when they first spotted it over Montana.
Yep.
Some White House allies said postponing Blinken's trip was an overreaction to the incident, particularly because the U.S. officials had said they don't think the balloon was able to gather information that. I already read that one. We note the PRC's statement of regret, but the presence of the balloon is our airspace is a clear violation. The person speaking in the condition of being anonymous to discover private diplomatic communications, PRC refers to the People's Republic of China. Biden was briefed on the balloon this week and asked the military to present options. Senior military officers, including Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin and General Play with Myself Mark Milley, Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff, strongly recommended against shooting down the balloon because of the risk it would pose to people on the ground. The senior administration official said and Biden followed that recommendation by Saturday. The balloon was just over the Atlantic coast and no longer posed risk when officials decided to shoot it down. So when it was finally no longer a risk,
Yep. When all the
and
damage had already been done. Goodbye.
freaking dumb.
Uh, that's exactly the point.
one White House ally said they thought delaying the trip was a mistake and was largely a reaction to criticism from Republicans who quickly tried to use the incident to paint Biden as soft on China, a charge that president has been sensitive to since the start of his presidency. Still, Republicans were divided on the wisdom of postponing Blinken's trip. Scott Anderson, a fellow of the Brookings Institution, said that after Biden and Xi met in Bali, there seemed to be a cooling down period, and two leaders in both appeared open to more conciliatory tone. He added that Biden administration could have used Blinken's trip to confront China directly about the balloon. And of course, they wouldn't do that. They're like, "Oh, you're going to launch a balloon? Well, we'll cancel our trip. We're not going to come. We're not going to show up because we need to actually be here and ready for when that balloon actually makes it over the top of the United States, and so make sure that you get your information safely." I mean, like you said, the damage has been done. There's nothing more that can be
Yeah.
that can occur that would make this go away, make it any better. There's nothing. There's nothing.
I mean, there we go. The T3's got the right of it, I think.
People was
Although I'm still not
cowards.
still not entirely certain it's not just purely by design. Although why you would use some like straight up like 1970s level tech to do it? I mean, like a balloon, really?
They're
Is
testing.
that
There's something else that they're testing with that. There's no way that that's what all
just
they were
weed?
testing is just
Yeah.
weather patterns.
Yeah, of course
There's no
not.
way. No. There's a lot more to that.
This
There's a lot more to it, and then we just don't know exactly what's actually tied to that. You say, "Oh, you only use a certain equipment to do certain things." Well, yeah, you only use certain equipment to do certain things, but when you know that you're doing certain things, and you're like, if I went and I tied this to this, and I went and I put this here, I could actually measure, something else, and actually get, more readings. This is pathetic.
oh,
I told you
okay.
this is Washington Post. Of course, it's
Yeah,
pathetic.
I mean,
It was just
our
something that
response to
triggers
this is
thought.
very pathetic too. So, like,
Self-delete by high altitude balloon would be an exciting way to go.
oh, I mean, just go higher than a helicopter.
I mean, do something, bro. I mean, that's what you want to do.
That would be exciting for sure. I mean, 45 balloons and went 16,000 feet in the air on a launcher. That sounds like a terrible idea. Like, okay, you got up there. How you going to get back down alive? I'm sorry, I'm reading the conversation Heidi and Div are having. You should. Is that Heidi and Div that are having that conversation? No, it's Daisy and Div. My God, Daisy and Div.
So, there's quite an article after. Get an article.
Oh, that's like what I was wondering. Like, okay, how do you get down from there? A BB gun, you just shoot the
Start
balloons one
taking
at
out
a
one
time.
balloon at a time.
Yep, you just let it bring you down, and then when you get stuck again, next balloon goes. That still sounds like an absolute full-blown insane idea.
What's up, Playground of Sound? How's it going? Welcome. Glad you're here. Pick up one of those groovy little blue stars. Turn your name green by going down to the join button. Hit accept gifts. There's a couple left. Couple of gifted memberships. You should come join us. Did you go, Darth? He's like, out. I'm out of here. Talking too long ago. Just missed David. Get your free month. Get your free month off of T3. She's been the best. She's gifted a lot of memberships in the last few days.
Something like 20
Right.
now.
Something like that. But yeah, pick one up.
Yeah, no strings
grab 'em-
attached. It's
grab 'em
not a
while you can.
balloon launch chair.
Doesn't cost you anything, and it actually comes up and it says, "Do you want to actually proceed?" Otherwise, it's going to go away. So it just cancels itself out at the end.
Yeah. It definitely could have been one of ours. But I mean, would they even say anything? Why would they shoot it down if it was ours? Like, it's a cheap, efficient vessel to use, like, compared to like a actual surveillance, like a plane or a satellite, which costs way, way more. But I mean, it's not like the media hasn't lied to us before. It's not like them people who are reporting it in the media, the governments, haven't lied to us before, right to our faces. So, allegedly, I mean,
Well, of course, none of us are going to be able to examine it. It's only going to be examined by government officials.
I'm just gonna say this. If Donald Trump had been president, he would have gone and gotten an airplane and shot that thing down with a 45 himself. Donald Trump is a hero.
Ooh,
Oh,
I see
Divinity
that.
said send link. To who, though?
Send link?
To whom is Divinity talking? Because is that a
She's talking
statement
about the
for...
link that she sent me about the lawn chair Larry flight. The guy with the balloons.
No, I'm
She's
interested in this.
send me a link. So I
That's what I'm
sent her a
wondering.
link. Should be no secrets in a free society.
Yeah, but the government doesn't believe in freedom.
The government don't think that way.
The government believes in one thing, advancing its own power. That's all governments everywhere.
It's Divinity said.
Hi, guys.
Hello, Div.
Dude, I'm actually convinced this is our sat alone that we're blaming the Chinese on because they ain't nothing.
I
It's all just balloons and bullshit. You guys back on that flat earth kick with me or no?
I heard Mr. Terrible say that this proves the flat Earth, and he didn't give me any like further statement about
Does he
that other
need
than the
to?
path it took.
Well, at the end of the day, the whole thing is what about satellites? Well, here's about satellites. Now what do you got? Satellites aren't real, they're just floating around with balloons.
I
Anything
mean, it's a
else?
satelloon, but I've
Mm,
never been in space. I've
aren't
never
they
seen a
all?
satellite, but I know
Exactly.
sometimes I can look up in the sky and see the blinking lights of the satelloons.
Oh, they're up there. They're just not up there
Yeah.
like you thought they were up there.
No, they're not as far up there as you think they are. And sometimes they malfunction and come down, and it's really just the man behind the curtain is actually not the great and powerful Oz at all. It's all bullshit.
Well, it's like what's that movie, The Truman Show, where the
Yep.
light falls out of the sky, but the light is marked Ursa Minor or something like that. Like it's just really funny. Like even in their fake world, they're still trying to make it all be real shit.
Yeah. Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? Is to sell you the Matrix. The Matrix is breaking. We're gonna end up unplugged within the next week. Living at the center of the earth because machines took over like 100 years ago. If you were in a simulation, how would you know?
You'd start breaking all the what do you call them? The synchronicities that are happening.
Yeah,
It'd be more apparent, like they're becoming.
it's all a lie. I haven't seen any of that since like probably early 2000s T3. Or are you actually talking about something that's not drug related? But no, it was ours. That theory. Let's back to that.
It's ours, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
That's why they don't want to shoot it down. They're like, how much do we give NASA a day? We ain't shooting it down. Let's just let it fly over.
Yeah. Well, but why would they then shoot it down and tell us
Because
that
they're like, oh, the Americans aren't buying our bullshit. We better do something.
the Chinese did it? But I mean, I thought Russia
We
was
didn't
the
buy
big
that
bad
either.
over
We're
there.
like, then shoot it down even faster.
Are we trying to actually have enemy with both Russia and China? Like, that's a really bad idea to be putting that public narrative out there when both these countries got nukes and they live like right next to each
Wait a
other.
minute. Who said Russia?
We've been doing the fucking with the Ukraine thing for the last several months. I don't know if you forgot. So
What does it have to do with this?
it's got nothing to do with this, but
Oh, okay.
this is us poking their next door neighbor, and it's like, you think they don't talk? They might be just like,
Well, if you
America.
listen to Aviva Fry had Constantine, I don't know, it's like Kasim? I don't know. He was talking about Russia. If Russia had their way, what they would do is align with China and they would become two of the three pillars of the New World Order.
Yeah, I mean,
Ugh. Or maybe it would just be them too. I actually didn't listen. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, who in that scenario would be with them in domination. I don't know.
this is really sounding like it. Either
Wait a
way,
minute.
like all conspiracy theories aside, like continuing to poke everybody is a really bad idea. This doesn't seem like military intelligence. This seems like military stupidity.
Mr. Turbo said Jordan Peterson is calling for war with Iran. Daily Wire brainwashing him. Oh no.
Yeah, well,
What? What?
that's kind of where I don't like the Daily Wire. I voiced my opinion against Daily Wire and their issues.
Are they really pro-war?
No, they're just really authoritarian in themselves. I mean, you can be from either side and still be that way.
Yeah, I definitely think they lean more that way than they do towards like the
Hmm.
freedom side. From what
Oh, it
from
says
what
Peterson wants to fight misogyny in Iran.
Iran wants you to
Oh,
stuff your opinions,
right up your own
Peterson.
ass.
Yeah,
Clumsy
right there.
Clairvoyance comes through and gives a membership. Thank you, Clumsy.
Oh,
I don't know, but it seems like that's the way Clumsy says hello in your chat. That's
with a gifted
a hell of a
membership.
way to say hey.
Nobody even available with membership gifts on to grab it either, because everyone's already got a
Is everyone a
membership.
member? We need to go
Everyone is
find
a
some
member.
people off the streets. I wish there was like
Yes,
a way to do that.
just start going to random people's stream and
Other
promoting this
lives.
one.
You guys know Cool
that's
Frog's on? There's 3 memberships waiting to get had. Come get them.
yeah.
Well, now there's 4.
Come sub, be a member. Yeah, now there's 4. Dang it. Allegedly, there's a whole bunch from other days still too.
Have you guys
but
hit the scene when you're on
I
someone?
think they actually expire when the episode actually ends.
oh,
So then they
No
don't.
way, really?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. It doesn't.
Oh, that
seem
makes
like
sense actually. No, that doesn't make sense because if I give 5 memberships, I pay the fee and it's over.
Yeah.
I like my card is charged at the same exact time. They don't give me like, okay, well, only 3 of them are collected. That's weird.
yeah. If you don't get a refund, that's a question I asked earlier. I
It's
was
like a gift
if-
certificate.
If they don't redeem this, do you still get paid? Because
Hmm.
like if the money
He's-
gets refunded, I'm okay with that. If the
Well, you know
money,
what?
if he still gets paid for it anyway, I'm okay with that. But
If
if
you think
YouTube
about
just
it.
takes that, not okay
I
with
bet he
that.
still gets paid. I bet it just
I'm-
doesn't have anybody for the membership name. Yeah.
I was just considering that at some point. So yeah, I hope as long as he still gets paid or the money goes back to the person it came from.
Then right, as long
YouTube
as the
don't get it,
money's going
I'm-
somewhere.
I'm alright
Look,
with it.
look at that
Playground
playground
of
of sound picked up Clumsy Clairvoyance.
hell yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Playground
There you
of
go.
sound. That looks like
That's probably somebody who found out who you are through a certain conspiracy music Doc Danger roadshow.
Yeah. Yep. We picked up quite a few new followers, subscribers, interesting people that we can actually kind of maybe start talking to, asking them about things in their life. So I mean, a lot of them are into music, but it seems like the couple of them that are around are actually into the news of things. So they might
Oh.
actually have some interesting perspective.
Well, we got to pull Frog's teeth in the middle of the day to get any news out of them.
The
You know what I'm
news
saying?
show was the night show.
This is right. News shows were supposed to be the night shows. This was actually just supposed to be this Sigma Alpha thing or whatever. But
Yeah,
But
then
you
I went
brought a
down the
beta
rabbit
on
hole.
to present.
Oh, that's a diss. That's a diss. Ouch. My heart.
I meant to say gamma. What did I meant to say?
Rose, what's up, dear? How are you?
Delta.
Hey, Rose.
Hi, Rose.
If you could collab with Russia Today for your news shows.
Not just that, though, Mr. Terrible. I found out that there's a whole bunch of inconsistencies between like what people think any of this stuff means. I gotta do more reading.
Aren't you glad you didn't try to school us 2 weeks ago?
Not
I mean, you must just say you should go work with Farron. I mean,
Rose Star Teddy. That is the definite meta play right there.
We're sorry.
They haven't all heard it yet. You gotta give him. What now? Should be hearing. They should be hearing the joke. The 69 show with Darth and Farron.
Yummy. They both have a dick in their
Thank you.
mouths.
Darth's like, let me remove that
If
thought
if
from my
if,
head.
if only Farron actually liked me, I could be a clout goblin too.
Ew.
But I would only cost me my last remaining bit of dignity and self-respect. It's a very bad day.
They call me Rose. 69 gang. Oh,
There's other stuff going on in the world. Come on, Frog. There's no daytime.
Natalie
news.
McClendon. No, that's not what that was. That's not what that was.
It would look like an octopus was swallowing Darth's head. No. Mama Shelley said, mm-mm.
Ah. At least someone doesn't hate me.
Got a syphilis of the head.
Okay, let me think. What stuff was I thinking about today?
What is Darth swallowing? Well, if you actually take him up on his request to be his Valentine, you might swallow even more.
Did he ask? What is Darth's? Did he ask Toy Box?
Yep,
Yeah.
Darth asked Toy Box to be his Valentine.
He hasn't responded, or he's what? He's playing hard to get.
No, not a word.
He's playing hard to get.
I don't know if you have enough Famunda cheese for this man. He likes a swamp ass, you know what I'm saying?
That's a problem, yeah.
Hey, you guys, I made a video yesterday. I caught Camelot talking them on Nick's show talking about the first time they had gummies or whatever. And I made the video and I was just about to post it. I looked down, it's like 5 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm like, you know what? I bet I can make this 420. So I took just enough out of it to make it exactly 420. So if any of it doesn't make sense, it's totally my bad, but I give zero fucks about it. I'm very proud of myself.
Perfect.
Oh, it says message retracted. I think that was Toy Box Brain accepting your.
Oh, that definitely was Toy Box Brain saying.
It definitely was. It's there. Here it is. Darth, will you honor this?
Absolutely, darling.
Want the honor of swallowing me up this Valentine's Day?
Yes.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
Ha! Gay!
Get that butt.
Get that butt.
He retracted it, but you know.
I mean, it's
Only gets
retracted
retracted
from the YouTube
from
side,
everybody but me.
but and now nobody. Now absolutely nobody.
Now everybody's seen it, not just the ones that weren't paying attention.
Is sweating good for you?
Huh?
Like sweating, is it good for you?
Yes.
Okay, I'm here.
Yes, it is.
I was
Can be,
thinking it
yes.
probably should be, but if you put on antiperspirant, is that bad for you?
Can be.
Besides the aluminum, but keeping the stench from coming out like it was trying to, or this whatever the toxins in your body or however's coming out.
I mean, you're gonna sweat through all your other sweat glands anyway. You don't cover your entire body.
Would you
with
like to sweat together and find
antiperspirant,
out?
do you?
I mean, no. mean, I was like, yeah, but ooh, what if you stink? I don't. I can't handle people stinking. It's really like
Well, you
it's one
take
thing
a
that would really make
shower
you
and sweat
mad.
together, so that way it smells good.
Yeah, but like, okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. If you are perfectly no, I always start out clean, and I think it has to do with like the toxins in your body escaping, right? Or do some people not smell when they sweat? I need to look this up. This is news, maybe.
I mean, I'm sure it's probably got a lot to do with the chemical levels, the like pH of your actual body at the time. Some people will definitely smell worse than others, just like some people will naturally sweat more than others. So it's
So okay. So if I put on really
Well,
good antiperspirant, and now I'm not going to sweat out of my underarms, but I'm
right.
like going to do a lot of sweatful stuff. Does that mean like your butt's going to sweat extra? Your
Mm, your whole region, your whole nether regions are gonna sweat more. So
so
everything sweat.
yeah, I mean, I
You know,
sweat
so it's
usually
unhealthy.
from
Okay.
you know,
I sweat a
as
lot
it's
across my chest and my forehead. So not
as
really
it's
worried about.
45
Is it
degrees here, and I'm thinking, oh, this is awesome. It's perfect weather. Like windows were open for a short bit today. You know, just because it's nice. 45 degrees.
Yeah, it's finally above like
If I took myself
single
down
digits.
to a California summer, I'm going to be
Mm.
sweating my ass off. You're going to be like, oh, it's so nice at, whatever, 80 degrees, 90 degrees. And I'm going to be like, oh my freaking Lord, it's so freaking hot.
Well, I never
So,
thought about it could be a bad thing, but somebody said Moose Maneuver said urine is another route if you don't sweat. That makes sense.
Yep, that
But
too.
supposedly, if
well,
you eat really healthy, then your urine and you drink a lot of water, your urine and your poop, like they don't really have a bad smell to them, right? So maybe your sweat won't either.
so then, like, I've done plenty of roofing, like actually getting up on 2-3 story houses and
Instead
actually
of
doing
July.
tear offs and replacing shingles and whatnot.
Mm.
Seriously, in the middle of the summer when you get up there and it's 90 degrees, you drink a whole bottle of water, you're not peeing it out. You're sweating it out. You're
Yeah, that makes sense.
definitely
But here's
sweating.
my question though. Let's just say, okay, let's say we could dip you into a whole vat of antiperspirant, right? So now you're not gonna perspire allegedly. Let's just say it and it really works. And then we stick you on the roof and you roof all day, but you don't actually sweat. Is that bad for you? That's really what I'm curious about.
Probably.
Yeah. Or could your body would
Probably.
you actually just start peeing more because you have to get it out or something?
You'd probably pee more, but that's going to be super
Oh wait, we
uncomfortable if you're
sweat
not
too.
able to sweat. You're going to still sweat
People
through the
die
Yeah,
from
you
the
sweat to
perspire.
you
keep
overheat.
cool.
Right. The
I get it.
antiperspirant is only. It's not going to stop you from sweating. It's just going to make your sweat smell better.
No, that's what
That's it.
deodorant does. The antiperspirant stops you from perspirating. There's
No, it doesn't.
You would overheat big time. Like this would be a terrible idea.
No.
yeah, that makes sense
don't
about the
have sweat
overheating. I was
glands.
just curious if
That's why
like you
they
were
plant.
actually getting rid of toxins you needed to get rid of at that time, but it's more of
It's
something
the
else.
body cooling itself.
Yeah,
Like
that makes sense.
it would be really not a great idea at all.
Which during the summer, if you're gonna sweat, it's gonna be, would you just put your antiperspirant or your deodorant just under your armpits? Or are you gonna rub that underneath your boobs before you go and you put
Oh,
your bra on?
No, it just goes under the armpits. I mean, maybe I don't have big enough boobs, but I've never done that.
Boobs.
Shelly, tell us more. I could tell her boobs are big. If she can look at them like she looks at them, she has to really get her head back to see them
She
all.
sounds like her boobs are big.
Now her boobs are huge. I know it.
I mean, as far as that goes, I mean, she's had a link. She's had a link for a little bit here. She's doing. She's like, oh,
It's
okay,
4:15,
fine.
boys.
That it is.
Hey,
That
If
it
you
is.
can't
is.
sweat, your body overheats, which can be dangerous and even life-threatening. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it now. I wasn't even considering it for a different. I was just thinking about your sweating because it's like, I guess because you're hot, but I was just thinking about like, why does it also smell? And so then I started thinking, well, maybe your body is like, this is a great, like a necessary way to get rid of toxins, but it's not. It's just our way.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. Vicky T. Old people die from dehydration because they no longer sweat and don't drink enough water.
Ooh, they no longer sweat. I didn't know that either.
Rick's Clicks. What's up,
Your
brother?
balls would sweat more, I think. Gross. Wait, do the balls actually sweat or it's just happening around them and they're collecting sweat? I thought butts sweat and balls collected it. I don't know.
What?
Do your balls actually sweat or is it your butt crack?
No, okay, so male genitalia,
Mm-hmm. The balls.
balls,
Yep.
when they get hot,
That
they
whole region is
sag.
all sweat.
They sag. Hold on. I thought you said balls didn't sag before.
What?
Didn't you say that
No,
they
they
don't get-
sag. Not they don't always just sag. They sag when they get hot, when they get very warm. It's a protection element to keep the viability of men's sperm. So it actually drops away from the body. When it gets cold, they suck themselves up into your body or whatever to keep themselves warm.
Okay.
So,
So
if
do they sweat?
somebody's complaining that their balls are hanging low,
No.
they're saggy, something's just not right.
No, they
Most
have
likely,
big
the
balls
temperature of
and
their
you don't
body is
know.
too high, and
No.
it's telling them to move
No.
away.
They're older and their balls have been hanging around longer. It's like a woman with bigger tits. They're gonna sag.
Natural gravity there.
What?
I was in the
That's a-
pool.
Natural gravity there.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess
I
we're
was
gonna
in the
listen to
pool.
Clumsy's show.
But you
Now it's muted. Now we're not.
balls or no balls? We're not. I mean, we
No,
all
I do
know
want to know,
we all
Cool
know
Frog. You say
the
no
only
balls, huh?
answer is balls. No, it's balls.
Oh yeah, balls for sure.
Balls.
Who is it that
Always
says no
balls.
ball?
It's always balls. Reckless people say no balls. That's who.
Speaking of no balls, where's Jimmy YouTube?
Like what?
Ooh,
He's the one that
Oh.
always says no ball.
Pineapple makes it taste sweeter. I think it's anything that you eat that's like fruity and good for you makes the spermies taste better. Yeah, asparagus, broccoli, all that bad. The opposite. That's the opposite. Spinach probably not good at all.
How? But now. But it's a woman with the.
But how?
Yeah.
It's a woman with a dick. Yeah, but a
It's
dick
dick.
without balls is weird.
yeah. Well, a dick without balls is just weird. Like,
That's
so it's always balls.
exactly why you have balls.
Yeah, plus these two are really in it for the balls flying at their face. You don't want to take that away from them.
That's not how it works.
I
don't
like
think.
I like hurling
But-
my balls at other people's faces. That's always fun.
Sure. Mhm.
Right.
He said it's a dude with tits. Really, no. The purpose of the experiment is to tell you it's a female. So she's got the vagina and the tits. All of that's girl, but there's also a dick.
Happy
Now, did you-
420.
Oh, happy 420, friends.
Asparagus makes everyone's urine smell. It's a gene that people have that causes them to smell it.
Wait, what? First of all, Jujubee is here. Hi, it's good to see you. It's a gene that people.
Asparagus makes everyone's urine smell. Yes, it does. If you've ever eaten asparagus, it
weird.
definitely will. It's a gene that people have that causes them to smell it. I mean, it's very, very strong.
So if
Very
you can't
strong
smell asparagus in your piss, you don't have the gene. Somebody was paid to figure that out.
I'm sure somebody was paid. I really don't know how that works, but yeah, it's very, very
Wait,
strong. Not everyone has the gene that allows them to smell the stinky
Are
urine.
kids not allowed to say racist?
just the word racist?
Yeah.
You can say the word racist, but I don't want you to call people that at all. Why? Why do you want to say it? Use it in a sentence.
Oh, just don't call people that.
No, come here. You'll just not say it? Well, I want to know.
I just thought it was a swear word.
It is kind of it's not kind, that's for sure. Do you know what it means?
I hate you.
It does kind of mean you hate people, so let's not use it.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that's weird. He's always got the weirdest questions. Apparently, he heard the word racist today. Well, I think it means you hate people.
Mr. Terrible suspicious. Oh,
He's got Bullfrog playing on his iPad. What's racist mean? Something's going on.
Racist means Democrat.
It's like when I said, "Do you know what it means?" I flashed through having the conversation with him, and when he said, "It means you hate people," yeah, basically, yeah, it means that. So don't say it. I'm not ready to talk about this right now. I don't want to teach you about racism because then you know. I just want you to not think of people like this. Sucks when you know.
Yeah, your son was up here earlier talking to us.
Yeah, he's pretty good at he doesn't want to say bad words because he gets embarrassed. Like he found out that Robot Chicken had swear words in it. He was so sad. He's like, I always wanted to watch it. I'm like, dude, you can still watch a couple of them. Like, there's this one and this one. And he's like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I can't believe they would do that. I'm like, okay. He actually recorded a video yesterday. Oh my gosh, I should share it with you. Let's watch it together.
So no, here's the thing, Moose. This is time to teach the kids about radical political groups. If we don't teach them, they learn about it later on in life. And instead of actually realizing what it is and actually staying away from it, they have a tendency to join it and become worse people.
Well, I'm able to keep an eye on that, thankfully. He's just turned 7. So at the end of the day, I don't want him thinking, wait, people can hate each other for this reason. I don't want that seed to be planted in his mind. When it's presented to him in a different way and he's like, wait, what's that? Then I'll be able to explain it and help him with that. But right now, I'm not planting.
I get why you gave him the answer you did, because I would do the same. But he's only 7.
Yeah, you just turned 7. Okay, watch this though. This little bastard present. Share stream, share audio.
I like the present button. So pretty.
Oh, was that what I was supposed to push? Yeah, that's right. He's making this damn video yesterday, and I went to edit it. He really was obsessed with me editing it. So let me make sure you guys can hear this because he's really quiet. But you see what it's called? It's called Blake Exposes Mommy. I'm editing the video, and he's like, blah, blah, blah. He walks away, and he comes back. He says,
You sure you want to put this on here?
Yeah, he's fine. I don't care. He's had his face on he's had his face on the internet before. I'm probably going to do a video with him.
Can't hear it.
You can't? He's saying, so, I actually draw on my mommy's back? Yeah, I draw on my mommy's back and off camera. She doesn't talk about that in her videos. Yeah, I'm exposing her right now. I'm watching him like, what are you doing? And he was in there when I was watching and he puts his head down. I'm like, it's fine that you said that. It's not like that's a secret, but it's really, really hilarious the way that you said it. I was like, oh, I'm going to put this on my Discord. He's like, no, don't put that out there. He was so embarrassed. I'm like, this is really funny. I'm like, just, you also, if you could get better at rubbing my feet, I'd let you do that more often, but kind of terrible on it.
Yeah, right. Let's go.
He made a whole video. It's really cute. What reminded me of it is he wouldn't say something. He's like, I watched this one this one YouTuber's video. It was kind of sus because, and then he stops. He goes, "Yeah, so the video was sus because," and he looks at the camera. He goes, "I'm not going to say it. This video is for kids." You're so weird. He's the cutest. Anyways, I didn't mean to hijack your show for that.
No, you're fine. We probably weren't going to go much longer anyway. So
About racism as a kid when
that's why I
whites
invited yourself as well as one other person. She seems to not want to join us tonight.
Sean,
Yeah, I actually have to do the taking off.
Oh, Dara says let's leave.
Well, I mean, I'm probably not going to be gone that dang long, so if y'all are here when I get done, I'll be back. But
Well, I mean, it's 5:30. I do work tonight. I know that I slept for 6
Oh.
hours this afternoon here this morning.
hmm.
There's nobody in the house, and I should take advantage of such a thing.
get some nap.
Take a decent nap, make it through tonight. Be back for tomorrow's early show featuring. I don't know who should.
I was waiting for you to say something good. Featuring
Said will show up at some point. In
what's
time.
tomorrow? Sunday?
Oh, it's Sunday.
Something's
Never mind.
happening tomorrow.
Nothing's happening tomorrow.
No, something's happening tomorrow. Sunday?
I was thinking it was Monday.
Son of a bitch. What happens
Or-
Monday?
Talking trash, just run around naked. Monday at noon. Monday at noon will be
Is
the
your
next time
show?
that you see me. Yeah. The early show.
Yeah, he doesn't want to
featuring
do that.
Divinity Said at some
Bum,
point.
bum, bum, bum. Monday, but I can't do a show until after. See, I only have an hour or so in the morning and then a couple hours after
See, that's what I
lunch.
said at
And
some
then at
point in
nighttime,
time.
I'm actually free.
Because then it gives everybody the excitement level of knowing that they actually get to see Divinity Said, but they have to watch the whole thing to figure out when you're going to show up.
We could talk about but there's so much to talk about. We could talk about lucid dreams on Monday.
Okay.
Are you a dreamer?
Not when I'm smoking.
Oh, that's weird. I've heard about that. I actually thought that was my problem for a while, so I stopped smoking. Wait, have I started dreaming again? I was dreaming for a while. That's interesting. No, I did a really vivid dream the other day. Yeah, I'm dreaming again. I might smoke enough weed to forget I dreamt, but it's not making me not dream. Yeah, so we should talk about that. That's really fun to talk about all the dreams. But it'll give us something like kind of to share with the audience during the day. I'll share my screen.
So then what we really need to get to happen is somebody like Moose Maneuver to come join us, come say hi, and maybe Kay. Maybe Kay will
No, if
actually.
Moose, what time is it? If Moose Maneuver wants to join, he should join, or they should join right now because there's
Well,
probably gonna
Moose
be
is
more people
nervous.
today. Yeah,
Moose
there'll
is
probably be
nervous.
more people on Monday, right, than now.
Well, no.
Mm.
We
Well, how many
actually have
people-
we've had about 16 consistent people for the most of the show. This time slot is actually a decent time slot. There went Darth.
We should have played
Then
that
Darth.
drawing
Everybody
game.
make
That's
sure that you
so
check that
fun.
description line. Go sub to Darth.
Jesus
Sub to
Christ.
Divinity
I
Said.
gotta see this.
Do it.
This was a headline on the local news. Bolivar's new roadside attraction. Glass shop houses 11-foot, 150-pound functioning bong. Wait. Glass shop houses 11-foot bong. Functioning even. I don't know. Imagine how stale that is. Everyone just chokes. 11-foot. You could fall off the bong and die, right? No, that's one story.
I mean, you got to hear, folks. She's Monday. Divinity Said for sure. So perfect. Should be a fun time. And Moose, if there's you want a Discord link, I can get you a Discord link if it's something that you're
Yeah.
interested in. You come hang out with us, talk to us, loosen up a little bit, and that way it's not so rough when you're actually going to a room with people that are friendly.
Read what
Otherwise,
Heidi said.
what's that?
Heidi said dreams are awesome. One of my favorite things. I used to keep a dream journal, but it ended up being longer than my life journal. He nerd.
Sup,
That's a
nerd?
hilarious comment. I'm setting up Discord right now. Oh, Moose. R.I.P. to your life.
All right, Noose. So what I'm gonna do is I'll send you a Discord link to my server in your I'm doing this as I'm talking, so in your Twitter.
He's ew. Weed can block REM sleep. Is that true also? Why would that be true? No REM, no dreams.
No, no dreams.
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think that's true. Maybe well, she said it can. Maybe if you like habitually do it, or I don't know. What was blocking my dreams was lack of sleep. I didn't get enough sleep, and so I never hit that. I think it
I
takes
mean,
90
I slept
minutes
for
to get
6
into
today,
REM.
so I felt very well rested.
Because
So,
I dream when I'm awake now. That's true, T3. That's the dope thing about dreams. Maybe that's what we'll talk about more on Monday is the athletes who I was telling Hades about this Monday. I was like, dude, the athletes, if you don't stop to sleep, your body will start dreaming while you're awake. He's like, it's called hallucinations. And I was like, fuck, I think you're right. But I also think it's a dream because you know that it's not. I don't know. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe we'll explore it then. Maybe chat will know. But it's really interesting why you could have blocked dreams, or why some people dream. Some people dream in color. Some people aren't paralyzed, so they freaking sleepwalk and do weird shit. That's kind of frightening. That's like actually
you see that there's different people with different thoughts, different opinions on that. You see Heidi saying that she smoked for decades and definitely dreamt.
same.
Mr. Terrible says that the potheads are horrible. They're submissive. They make men submissive and this, that, and the other.
And my homie, do you remember Bridget Buckley? She used to do the drawings of cats, or like really not cats. I think she can freaking draw everything. She's like Snow White in real life. I swear. She's an animal lover. You remember her?
Yeah.
Bridget? Well, she really, really is great at research, and she did a whole deep dive into all the stuff about dreams. So I'll pull that stuff up on the show. We'll just go through it together. It's been a while, so I'll be learning kind of with you guys, but I'm interested. And you know what's dope is I think we could practice certain steps to lucid dream, and we could do an experiment where whatever date Monday is it the first Monday of this month? Probably, because it's only the 3rd or some shit right now. So so maybe the first Monday of next month, after 4 weeks of practicing, we can come back and see if anyone was able to lucid dream. Revisit the topic. That would make me happy. Because I'll practice. If I know somebody else is out there trying to do it, I know you can practice and do it because I actually did it. But also, I haven't been able to do it since, so I don't know. I don't know what the steps are. I never kept a dream journal. I think it was just accidental. But I think you can keep a dream journal. You can practice in your dreams to ask yourself if you're awake, which is kind of weird. Then if you fucking do that, you're basically lucid dreaming. I don't know. Oh, no. Oh, that's dumb. You ask yourself when you're awake if you're dreaming. That way, if you ever become awake while you're dreaming, you can ask yourself if you're awake, because you'll know it's your thing and you'll be able to tell yourself the truth. Woo, that blew my mind for a second. That's super cool. That click on
my StreamYard's squawking at me and telling me to update payment options for whatever reason.
Hey, do you have Discord? She said, just another weird fact about Karen. She's got no time to talk about sketchy history. Read this article. I want to see that. Oh, Lady Autumn Sky. Hi. Isn't there something about looking? Let me go back. Isn't there something about looking at your hands while awake that let you have lucid dreams? Wait. Outpost Nerd, please go to our show on Monday. Where's my pen and paper? Oh, it's right here. I meant to write this down. Okay, I'm going to write that down. But try to come to the show and ask us that again. That's such a good question.
I guess I'm not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
I'm sorry. You better hang up on me.
No, you're fine. No, I'm not. It looks like my wife is actually on the way home with Chinese food.
Oh, hell yeah.
Excited. All right, let's do this.
Say again, isn't there something about looking at your hands while awake that lets you have lucid dreams? Look at hands equals lucid dreams? Question mark. Okay, that's a really good question. If that's true.
So I've had some interesting things happen. So like, really not. I mean, I've had some lucid dreams, some dreams where you can you know that you're dreaming, and you just lay there, so that way you can actually finish the dream type. And it just you can. Seems like you actually just lay there long enough that you'll slip back out and you'll actually come back into some part of that dream if you I don't know. I've done it. It's weird. It's strange, and I think that's why I like to smoke. So because I know for me, it actually suppresses the dream. It actually keeps certain things from actually coming up.
So I think that's a little bit different. I know what you're talking about, where you can like wake up but not fully wake up, remember what you were dreaming about, and get right back into that dream and continue on dreaming. But lucid dreaming is a little bit different. These are the things that are required to be in a lucid dream, and there's actually 4 more that are more honed in than this. But these have to be present in your lucid dream for it to be considered lucid. But I'll be right back, like 1 minute. Hold on.
So it says lucid dreams, awareness of the dream state, awareness of the capacity to make decisions, awareness of memory functions, awareness of self, awareness of dream environment, awareness of meaning of the dream, and awareness of concentration and focus. I mean, the meaning of the dream, I think is going to be one of the hardest parts of it, because without being able to actually reflect on what you're actually dreaming.
Okay, sorry. Did I miss it all?
No, I just I read through the whole list real quick, and then I went back and I said the meaning of the dream might be the difficult one, because the my brain's not functioning correctly. It's trying to kick back, and I'm high, so it's not.
You're unsure what awareness of the meaning of the dream is? What they're trying to say with that?
Without being able to actually reflect on what you actually just were dreaming, is the confusing part to me, because how do you know what the meaning of the dream was without being able to actually reflect on what you dreamt to realize what the meaning was or could be.
Well, that's the thing, is that you're aware in a lucid dream. So when you wake back up, you're still aware. You just actually woke up, like deja vu. When you have deja vu and you're like, oh shit, I had deja vu. But as soon as you remember you had deja vu, it's gone because you've brought your awareness to it. Same with lucid dreaming. When you try to bring your actual awareness to it, you're no longer subconscious, you're actual conscious. So I think that's when you're in a real lucid dream, the meaning of the dream is known. Like when I've only had really one. So let me explain to you. I walked around this corner with my sister, my younger sister, and she was saying something to me. And I was like, what did you say? and she's telling me about the election and about voting or some shit. And I was like, wait, what'd you say? And she goes, it's nothing. And I was like, no, you can tell me. And she was like, no, she wasn't actually responding to me. She was just like, no, I don't want to tell you. And I realized then that I'm dreaming. And I was like, hey, dude, I'm dreaming right now. So literally, you can say whatever you want. You can tell me however you want to tell me. You don't have to. I was trying to tell her, like, you don't have to be specific. You don't have to, like, dumb it down for me. You can say it as complicated as you want to keep yourself out of trouble, because she seemed afraid. And I'll understand it because I'm dreaming right now. It was really dope. And she didn't. She's like, no, it doesn't matter. It's fine. And I was bummed. And she walks into this like house or something right in front of me. And I was like, standing there, like she was walked away. I couldn't get her to tell me. And I was like, well, wait, if I'm really dreaming, then I'll be able to fly. Boom, I'm flying. I was like, hell yeah. But then I was flying and I was like afraid because I'm not afraid of heights, but when you go really high, really fast, you're like, oh, my conscious started catching up to me. And I thought, what do I do? I actually think I thought about falling instead of anything else. And so I woke up. I woke up. I was like, oh shit. But I know exactly what all of the questions here, like I was aware I was in a dream, awareness of the capacity to make decisions. Yes. Awareness of memory functions, awareness of self, awareness of the environment, the meaning of the dream, the country, all of that. And when I woke up, I was like, damn it. I wish I could have not thought about it. But how do you not think about something that's brand new to you? I've never done that before, lucid dreamt. So I didn't mean to take over again.
No, you're fine. You're good.
What about when you awake but you're still asleep, then freak out trying to open your eyes? I forgot what it's called, like sleep paralysis.
Well, there's this interesting thing here that Kay put up here, and she's like, go back 2 of my comments and say it to Cool Frog. I knew how amazing what was happening in my dream was. That's
gotta
why
go
I
to
said
YouTube
it
to
to
read
myself. I must be dreaming.
Go back to my comments.
Then said,
Heidi said. Dun, dun, dun. I'm gonna find it any minute. I just know Heidi said, I don't think that's true. I smoked daily for a decade and definitely dreamt. Let me keep, maybe there's another one after that. Oh, post early. Okay, Kay's doing a deep dive. Sorry, that was all of this fits with what happened in the last comment I tried to tell Divinity but ran out of room. Oh, okay, let's go back up to a long comment. Heidi, dreams are awesome. One of my favorite things. I used to keep it. Well, you read that one. What the shite? Heidi, I hope you have a keyboard here handy so you could rewrite whatever you said. I'm sorry. I can't find it. I'm trying. What about Adderall? I think I was on that when this happened a few times. Adderall, I mean, I don't know what that is. That's ADD medicine, right? So if that has to do, and if you don't have ADD, it works as like speed or something.
Well, right, and that's what it's the one that actually has the amphetamine actually tied to it or whatever, because there's Ritalin that was out there first. That was supposed to be for the ADD.
So you can imagine, like,
and then they tied a hyperactive amphetamine to it or whatever, so that way so it was basically you're making your children high.
Adderall is methamphetamine.
Right,
Hi, A Tweety, good to see you. Hey, White Rabbits, good to see you. I love lucid dreams. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's poor man's meth. Is pretty much what it comes down to. Yeah, poor man's meth.
So you tell the doctor your kid has it, and then you just eat their meds. But you got to think like, okay, so I had that one lucid dream.
Or you just go and you go and test, and you tell them that you feel that you have something wrong, and they tell you, yep, you definitely have.
It's just a test, like you answer the question. It's not like a blood test, right?
No, right. It's a
Wait,
it's a
adults
mind
can have
thing or
it?
whatever. Adult ADD is a thing, yes.
Hmm.
Who's the
Shoot, what was I gonna say?
Adam Levine, is he the one that? I think he's the one that
The
actually
Maroon
goes.
5 guy?
Yeah, he's the one that goes around and actually speaks of his adult ADD.
I don't have a drug problem. I got ADD. It's different, meth. Okay, dude.
Yes, adults can have ADD. Yes,
He makes me
absolutely.
depressed the next morning.
There's
Ooh,
those
Angela's
those
cool.
of us that actually fight with ADD and small bits of OCD. They kick
Attention
each other. They
deficit
kick each other around,
disorder.
and it's not fun. It's a pain in the ass.
Attention deficit disorder.
Hey, White
I
Rabbit.
guess that makes sense. And that was the
He's
start.
doing
Okay, hold
something.
on. I wanted to say
I
something.
didn't realize. Lady Autumn Sky. Hello. How are you?
Has something to do with so far behind.
I'm just like us and looking at them like
Why do opiates get
there's
such a
just
bad rap?
20 people here. That's awesome. We got lots of people.
It has something to do with paralyzing you. So when you're short on it, paralyzing you. That's sleep paralysis. Wait, it has something to do with paralyzing you. So when you're short on it, you can wake up and open your eyes while still mid-dreaming. The two worlds merge for a moment. Oh, yeah. That's, I think, what sleep. So when you go to sleep, your body does something to you that paralyzes you, right? So that you don't kick and punch and do all the dream things. Some people
What?
wake up before that has worn off. And so they wake up, but they're not awake. And so they're like, I see a fucking demon. I see some black shit. I was held down. I couldn't move for a moment. I was trying to scream because your body hasn't got all the signals, but your mind has done woke up. And I'm
Weed
super
good,
curious
speed
about
bad.
that.
Okay.
Good, speed bad. Yeah, amen. Have some Provigil, bro. It's not literally
Okay.
meth. Literal meth is dexoxin. Let's just pretend that's in Chinese. I was prescribed it in my 20s. When to shock when I say it pronounced methamphetamine. I refuse to take it. Hey, bro. Okay, there's so much going on in chat. I wish I could keep up. Me and a few friends on a school trip went without sleep for about 4 days, and we got this natural high. That's interesting. Supposedly, when you run, you can get this natural high too. I've never been able to make it past this sucks part of running. If I sleep too long, I end up dreaming. That's Darth Idios. Yeah, that's a problem. I feel like I was awake and literally. So I scrolled up far enough. It says, I feel like I was awake and unable to move. Saw a dark figure in corner of bedroom a couple times. Yeah, that's sleep. Sounds like sleep paralysis. I was going to say something about the ADD taking Adderall and having it affect your dreams. I totally forgot what it was. Oh, man. Okay.
White Rabbit says that there's several meds for ADD, ADHD. Not all are amphetamines. No, not all of them are, but Adderall is. And that's the thing. Adderall is a I think a big proponent to bigger things, like more so than what people think marijuana is being a gateway drug.
Oh yeah, I remember learning that. Mr. Turbo said heroin must be amazing. I used to think that too, or I still think that actually, but now I'm like, they might just be crackheads. But because so many people do it, or even is heroin the one that like the rock stars use, or is that just cocaine? Is that the same thing? Well, whatever it is that like people will throw their whole like life away for, and they literally have made it, and then they do. I always thought it was like cocaine, but it could be heroin. I don't know. I didn't want to fuck with that because it must be good because they're literally keep doing it. Rock stars use everything. Yeah, but there's some that are like, I don't know.
I think so. Tweety. I really do.
I mean, I don't think like, well, who is it? What's his fuck? The boxer guy, Tyson. He's like, it doesn't matter how much weed he does, he's never gonna ruin his life. You know, I think he's like constantly at the weed place. He probably even lives there at this point. I think if that was like cocaine or meth lab, it would be different. Some people don't respond to stimulants well. You know what's interesting? So most people, if you take like pain medicine,
Mr.
like,
Terrible
it
says
doesn't
Peter-
work like pain medicine for me. When they give me pain medicine, it speeds me up. I'm like, I can't do that. I was gonna hide that message. Just ridiculous. Don't try to expose us, Mr. Terrible. T3 said gateway to heaven on earth. Heroin was big. Weed is a gateway drug. It is not a gateway drug.
No, it's not.
Mm-mm. Plus, when you first start, like, I remember when I first started smoking weed and then I would stop for a while and then smoke it again, I would get so paranoid. I don't know how I ever got over the paranoids to get to this point because I remember how bad that sucked. I'd be wandering around being like, looking at the people, being like, did they know? And then thinking, did I say that out loud? And then be like, am I still staring at them? Like, it was all bad. Like, I hated being in public. Double lettuce. Cocaine is similar to Adderall with question mark, which has all these ingredients. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to read all that.
Cocaine is similar to Adderall, which is similar to all these ingredients.
Yeah, you're not either, buddy.
No, I'm not reading it either.
They always got to let people know they smoke at 420.
Amphetamine sulfate. And that's why I say that's what I think. Adderall is more of a gateway drug than even marijuana in itself. I don't think marijuana is. I really don't. I've been
Well,
around
what do you
plenty.
think makes Adderall a gateway drug?
Because it's actually has that amphetamine in it. So having that amphetamine in it, which is a stimulant, gives you a high. Really seriously, if you take it improperly, you don't actually have ADHD.
Yeah,
It's
you get
really
high from
not.
weed.
It's not good for you. That's the thing. Is just like is if you take it improperly or you don't need it, it's not going to work the way that it's intended.
Yeah, but what makes it a gateway drug? Like,
The
if it's the
amphetamine.
fact that it gets you high, so does weed. Then they're both gateway drugs. It can't be the fact.
No, the amphetamine, because it's the very, very addictive nature of it.
So the
And what
addictive nature
it
makes you
actually-
want to try other drugs? Because a gateway just means it like opens the door for you to be curious about other
Right.
drugs, right? Or am I getting that wrong?
I mean, that's pretty much the way I always took it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, as far as that goes, it's. I don't see
Mhm.
marijuana as a gateway drug. I just don't.
I mean,
But
I guess
I
if you
do
smoke
see-
marijuana and you're like, "Hey, that was pretty easy. Let me try something else." Then yeah, I guess that makes
I mean,
sense.
you can. Some may use it as.
Then
I
you
guess,
try
but-
something else. You're like, "These are not the same."
I just don't, yeah, no. It's like no matter what you do, it's like, yep. I always go back. Always go back to the original. It's like, oh yeah. All this other stuff was never intended.
I
to
think
be-
alcohol is a gateway drug.
Alcohol.
Coffee, isn't it just
horrible
gonna be
drug.
caffeine? Like, and that's like it's a stimulant.
Yep. Just like the caffeine and the sugar.
You just don't realize you start chasing the dragon. Your first cup of Joe. It's over.
Sugar's bad for you. I'm mad I
Okay.
don't have my shroom chocolates. Mm. That sounds tasty.
Gas at the dentist's office is the bomb. Tweety can't do weed. That sucks. All drugs can cause psychosis to a certain percentage of people, even weed. Yeah. I read for a while there about people that were schizophrenia out on their weeds. I'm like, damn, that would suck. You know what would really suck? And it could be true, who knows? But what if, like, you know how certain drugs, and I think alcohol does the same thing, like
Sure
you can
does.
drink it for like the same amount for X amount of days, but one day you drink the same amount and you get real fucked. Or sometimes you don't feel anything at all. What if that happened with weed and psychosis? Like, yeah, you'll be fine until the one day you're not. Is it worth it? Wait. Yeah, is it worth it's the question. But does it stick is the second question. Are you just like that forever? Because if it can fuck you up like that forever, it's not worth it. I've never been had anything that's
You know,
worth losing
I
my mind.
noticed that the cases of people using bath salts has actually gone down.
Ew.
Back when it was a thing where there's a lot of people actually using bath salts. There's an awful lot of somebody's home, and
Yay.
you
Time to
get.
eat.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Bath salts make you eat your neighbor's face. Yeah, that's gross. So get yourself a monkey and that it'll eat you. It'll eat your face before your neighbor. 10 out of 10 would recommend. I'd put a poll up. Should you let a monkey eat your face or your bath salt neighbor? But don't run the polls in this motherfucker. I don't run the polls. That's weird. I just realized I'm still sharing my screen. That means I do have some control. Let's scroll through this. What if it's bad? Maybe I shouldn't scroll through this. Oh, look, it's blank. Okay, it's just a video. Next, paranormal. These are actually for me and Expert Joe. Yay. I wish I had something funny to show you guys. I can only show you guys stuff in this screen because he's only given me permission to share this screen. Hey, Shizzy. Good to see ya. Shrooms open your mind. I tried shrooms not too long ago, like in 2022, last year, and it didn't work. I tried everything. I was all prepared. I tried it all. And I think I'm deciding that the shrooms were bad because damn, that sucks. I had a bunch of questions I was going to ask myself. I actually recorded a video of myself the day before, and I was going to ask myself the same questions on shrooms and then be like, yeah, that's different, or this is what I feel now afterwards or something. But yeah, it was a fail. Play the video. I can only play stuff from, oh, wait a minute. Okay. If I can play stuff from this folder, I can do this. I can go to my Discord, save the video, I think. Yes. Okay. Okay, I need to open this folder and put it in this folder that I'm scrolling through. Don't close this. Okay. My damn kid tried to come here and ruin everything. Okay. Am I doing this right? Close that. Don't close this. Let's close this. Let's see if I can get to the video. It's going to be here somewhere. Oh, no. Am I at the end? I am. Let me go the other way. Oh, no. Wait. Shit. I'm not sharing audio. I'm such an ass. I didn't need to share audio when I shared my screen. This is so funny. I almost got to hijack the whole show with this. I'm sorry, you guys. But I swear this is a minute and 28 seconds. It would have made you laugh. It would have been worth it. Let's just see if you can hear it. Because maybe Jesus wants y'all to hear it. Come on. Oh, I can't hear it either. No, you can't. This is so funny. All right, I'm going to try to get him to play this on Monday first thing. It's muted. I know it's muted. I can't. I shared my screen. Oh, it's muted here. Oh, wait. No, back up. What am I doing? tell me you can hear this. Could you hear that? This is what happens when you do shrooms. Hey, there's a squab in the house. It's good to see you. Someone mentioned it earlier, but have you ever experienced sleep paralysis? Because you're definitely not asleep when it happens, at least to me, and that's so scary about it. Yeah, that's your body waking up before you've got the rest of you, your like from your head down has received the signal. Nope. Only through your computer super low. Yeah, that's the problem. Oh, but what if I put no, I'm not gonna rig this. This would have been funny. Sorry, I didn't actually share my audio when I shared this screen because I was only sharing pictures. These. So I think I was gonna pick that up. But maybe I can convince Cool Frog to play it for you before he leaves. I can only share things. Cool Frog, are you back? He's gonna eat his whole lunch before he comes back. Okay. I can share anything I put in this folder, which is definitely the hack I've left that I like. I wasn't ready for this, you guys. Okay. Indica makes me want to sing and paint stuff. We should do a Bob Ross painting night, T3. I'll set up an easel at my house. You set up an easel at your house. We'll just sit here and paint whatever Bob Ross tells us. And at the end, bam, it'll be like wine and whatever makes sense with wine and something. Ayahuasca does seem fun. I agree. But also scary. You never know. Also, T3, your comment proves everyone's brains are different. I love sativa and hate indica. Indica makes me feel like a blob. I just sit, peg out, and watch TV. Wait a minute. That's not what we're going for. I'm just kidding. I do a Bob Ross paint along. Yes, let's go. I think that would be super fun. I've tried to get other people to do it. I have paint. I have canvas. I can help you out, T3. I can send these products to your house if you need me to. We will do a stream. Wine and did I already try to make a title? Wine and Ross. What rhymes with Ross? Paint and no, that's not gonna work.
I'm gonna help you with that.
Talking trash and no, that's not gonna work. Divina paints. Cool Frog, could you please rescue your show? I've torpedoed it.
You torpedoed it. Why? What'd you do?
Well, you walked away and I panicked. I couldn't play this video. I have no sound. Everything is just weird.
Oh,
I was about to sing.
find myself.
Boss, toss, lost.
Too many screens going on. I lose my mouse. I feel like, where is it? Look at all three screens before you find it. Toss, lost, cross, lost. What?
Albatross. You just can't move or even scream. It makes you think what would happen if the house was on fire or a bad guy was breaking in. There's literally nothing you can do. So I laid there for several minutes. Okay, wait. That's actually interesting. Because it's never happened to me, I've never had to consider what it actually means that you are able to wake up faster than yourself. Huh. That would be terrifying.
Who needs man?
She needs her man. Wine and a toss with the one and only Bob Ross. Wait a minute, Shizzy with the words. Everyone, get your damn easels and your paint.
Wow.
He makes it seem so easy. He goes so fast with his happy little trees and just however you want, and then mix the da-da-da. It's hard. I don't have any songs. Squad music is
With the
lyrics.
simple stroke of the brush.
Yeah, I mean, Cool Frog. Do you want to play this video? I know you have it.
What, did you send it to me?
I'm about to. Oh yeah, I had to put it in this folder. I had to hack you. Here it is.
Oh, Darth did say outgoing words. I can't words.
Okay, let me stop sharing this and then you can share. Yeah, I can't wait to talk about dreams, but it's so hard to keep up with stuff. I'm gonna probably need a notepad to help keep on topic. I like to think about like if you just. Oh my gosh, I just remember what I was gonna say. Okay, so earlier, somebody said, I think Mr. Terrible or Moose, one of them said that Adderall made them lucid dream or something. No, Adderall. Damn it, I can't remember what it was. And I was thinking, with the second time that I almost lucid dreamt it, I don't really remember anything happening, but when I was falling asleep, or I got woke up by something else. It wasn't me that ended it, so it was brief. But I remember when I was falling asleep, everything started like tingling, like when your stuff does fall asleep. So I wonder if it was like the beginning of your body going into the, faux paralysis, but I was still completely aware for it. So I wonder, like, if you can get there easily if you're on like Adderall or something. Damn, I'm so glad I got that thought out. I literally would have remembered that in like another 5 minutes when we got off of here and been so frustrated. I thought I remembered that thought already, but it was not. Now it's out.
When are you doing that stream, Divinity?
With
Sasuke?
you on Monday?
Monday noon Mountain Standard Time.
Is that 1 o'clock for me?
11 o'clock for you. Yep.
Well, I won't be here till 1.
Works for me.
Okay. It makes it so that I can go for longer.
How's that, Kay? That answer your question? 1 o'clock? Divinity should be here.
1 o'clock Cali time. 2 Eastern. Oh wait, no, that's not true. 1, 2, 3, 4 Eastern.
That sounds more like it. Yes. 4 Eastern.
And then on the 13th, Expert and I are going to do the paranormal. I want to talk about stuff like, oh, somebody said it. Did I write it down?
I mean, really, that's only 9 days away. That's right around the corner.
Yeah, I have a lot of cool stuff, but I started looking into Edgar Cayce more, and it's an interesting story, but it's not a lot. There's not a lot there. Hey.
It's Shizzy Busnap.
You know what would be fun? Do you think it would tell us this? If it would be fun if we brought up Nostradamus quatrains or his prophecy or his sayings or whatever, I don't know what to call them. If we brought them up and we could interpret them ourselves. That sounds like fun to me.
It's premonitions.
Premonitions is a lot of fun. Deja vu. We're definitely going to talk about deja vu on the 13th. Intuition, deja vu, and other like psychic phenomena. But like, what about stuff like the Skinwalker? Or
yes.
different legends or myths that have transcended time. Like, there's some things that just don't go away, or that they have in like Japan and here. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? I think that stuff is interesting. Those are the things I'll talk about with Expert on the 13th. Hopefully.
Well, I would be up for talking about stuff like that if it was actually not just taking what other people are saying that Nostradamus is saying, but his actual sayings.
Yeah, let's.
Because one of the interesting parts about Nostradamus is a lot of people take out of context what he actually said just to fit their narrative for that period of time. And what he actually says is very ambiguous. It doesn't It doesn't really correlate.
Well, they say that he had to speak like that so he didn't get arrested for what he was trying to say, right?
No.
Well, they say that.
It's the same way that you're. There was an interesting podcaster that I saw that actually broke down what Nostradamus was actually saying, and people are saying, "Oh, well, he predicted, 9/11 to actually happen." They basically picked and chose specific words out of it, and then
So
put
did
their own
Time
spin.
Magazine,
Yes.
Mr. Terrible. So did Time Magazine.
So if you can pick and choose what you want to use out of it, you can make what his predictions say is anything.
Yeah. I think we
just
should look at
at
some
the
that they
time.
say have come true and be like, do you think these two things match? Because sometimes they're like, wait a minute, they're lining this up to that. Oh, I don't know.
Absolutely, yeah. If you actually look at the stuff that he wrote, it's. I mean, even astrologers
It's
were like,
Tish.
"Yeah, this guy makes
Yeah, hey,
not a
Tish.
whole lot of sense." Hey, Tish.
I think honestly, I still give him full credit. I don't know what he was doing or any of that. We'll dive into that. We should do it on your channel or something. But
Absolutely.
I don't discount him and what he was doing. I more discount our ability to understand it.
No, because the way
I
that he
can't.
wrote, because
Can't be no.
because the way that he wrote, it was so ambiguous that you could make up basically whatever you wanted to say.
But that's right. That's your opinion about it. That's assuming he didn't have purpose in what he was in the way he wrote, in the words he chose. I'm saying he did, and we don't understand it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. No,
It's going to be a debate.
Absolutely, and a good debate, and always fun.
Yeah, it'll be so fun.
Always fun. Well, and
because we can't. I mean, neither of us can be wrong. It's just fun.
Oh, exactly.
Or we're both wrong. I don't know.
It is all internet humor.
Yeah.
No, I actually set up a show tonight, which would be really nice to have you, Cool Frog, if you're interested, come on, just weigh in.
I gotta work tonight.
Hey, there you go. Well, Divinity, you're welcome to come by if you'd like, and I'll give you room to speak. It would be fun.
What do you have a topic? Hey, real quick. Hi, Tish. I see you out there in chat.
Hey, Tish. Oh, yeah, actually, I do, and it sort of follows a little bit of path that I was doing with talking trash and truths. Just sort of follows along that path, and how it was sort of predictable the way that things have been going with the internet, the way that people act and react. That's pretty much where I'm at with it.
What time?
I believe I got it set to start at 9
Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're within the hour.
45 minutes.
I won't make it right away. I'm going to be doing
fine.
dinner and bath time and all this stuff, but I will show up for sure.
Well,
And you
do
said,
do you have Twitter?
Kinda. Do you not have Discord?
No,
I follow Cool Frog. If you follow Cool Frog, and there's 2 accounts,
I'll tell you what I'm going to do is right now.
I was just going to say, why don't you send one to me?
No,
I'll send one to her.
I'm going to send it right now to her in our private here.
Oh, there you go.
Nobody else sees it. That's really easy.
Mm-hmm. Dope.
And you can come on whenever you want to. There's no, if you're just like, I just don't feel like it, then you don't have to. It's not a big thing. It probably won't be.
How long do you plan on going?
I'm going to start it up at 9. It'll be. I've just had a really long day. I've been putting together cabinets and getting this flow wall built, and tomorrow's going to be smoking the pork butt. It's going to be delicious.
Didn't sound like
Sorry.
you didn't want to say that for a second.
No, I just couldn't remember if I got a butt or a brisket. I was like brisket. But yeah, it was butt. I picked up just a small one because it's just my wife and I, so
Mhm.
I don't need to smoke a 9-pound butt. That would take me all day.
Cooking for two people
you
is
do.
so hard.
Yes.
Just do the 9-pound.
No.
Just do it.
No, that the only time that I do like a 9-pound butt is whenever I've got like multiple people coming over, because it's like a 5-pound butt that I've got. Just to do a 5-pound butt is like perfect for the two of us for like the week.
Yeah, totally. Nice. And you can make a bunch of different stuff. Squall Up said we don't seem to understand the Bible either. Yes, that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother show. Maybe I'll crash Jizzy's show for that.
Hey,
Heidi
sure.
said, Divinity, I was having the best dream and said, I must be dreaming. I heard if I pinch myself when dreaming, I'll wake up. Sure shiz, I woke up and I was pissed because that was an amazing dream. Damn. You trolled your own self. Dark Ages is fake history, I think.
I've always sort of taken those, like, if you ever had those really insane deja vus, it's like, I've been here, I've seen this, I know exactly what's going to happen. I know the next things that I'm going to say, the next things that I'm going to do. I always take those as I'm in the right place where I'm supposed to be at the right point in time.
Yeah, I 1,000% believe that. I believe it from a biblical standpoint, and also if you think about it from like lucid dreaming, it's like lucid living. It's like it's somehow connected to a knowing while you're awake.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like lucid, I don't know if that's a great word for dreaming, and it's definitely not a great word for deja vu, but since I've had both, I know what brings you out of both of them is applying yourself to them. You're thinking about like, wait a minute, I just had this. What happens next? Well, not, and the same thing when you're lucid dreaming. So I love, that's what paranormal is, right? Like the things that the science is yet to understand.
Science or us have been unable to understand or explain. I mean,
right.
You can explain the feeling. It's like, how do you explain love? What is love?
But the purpose, because it's not something that can be replicated. Yeah, but love isn't. Yeah, I guess it's a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotion, same way as hate. It's an emotion. How can you explain hate or dislike or how do you explain to an ant what food is? How does it
I think
explain
they're
to
just
you
natural emotions. I think that's what's interesting about things. It's like that's why intent matters so much, because you can do something loving with the intent for hate and it's not even love. So yeah, what is love? It's definitely something that you know without being told. Same with hate.
What's love got to do with it? What's love but a secondhand emotion?
Squaw Bob, you still with us, right? I'm gonna hit you up in Discord.
Squaw Bob's awesome.
Got some ideas.
I like Squaw Bob.
Got some ideas, and I think that he would be. I liked a couple things that he did, but the ideas that I have, I think that what he had done, it was actually decent. And I think I like the style. It could be interesting. I think I hit on this earlier. I have ideas for upgraded frogs. For the basic army is to get a little frog that actually has army fatigues on.
Nice.
Right? So then first level up after the army would be conservative frogs that would have America shirts on. Little.
But when do they get the lily pad?
Everyone's a lily pad until they join.
There you
Get your own
go.
lily pad, dude.
There you go. Everyone's a lily pad until they join. I like that. Don't be a
The
lily
last
pad.
one.
Don't
Join the
stay lily
frog
pad
army.
level forever.
This
What is
this
wrong with
last
you?
one. This one's going to be a top tier. Conspiracy frogs wearing aluminum hats.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Oh, conspiracy frogs.
Pay attention. What's coming soon?
Hey,
Tish in
Tish is
Tennessee
an
says,
army.
I'll just join. I'm a member of the frog army. But yeah, the aluminum hat on a frog. calling them
Ooh, okay,
conspiracy
hold on.
frogs.
No, I didn't really say hold on. Sure, show. You get to keep going.
That'd be a top notch. Get somebody like there has to be a couple people that would just be like, "Yep, I want that.
Yep.
I want that
Listen-
little thing next to my name."
That's true. Listen to what Heidi said. She said there are 4 types of dreams. Premonitions are one type. I think most of my deja vu is linked back to my premonitionary dreams. That's actually freaking dope. That's really, really, really dope to think about. Kind of ruins my Bible theory, but it's so cool to think about. So then we
What?
should be able to tune in the future. I swear we're going to actually be not wasting our time sleeping and doing these weird dreams. We're going to be using that dream time to be productive, I bet. I hope.
No.
But with
What'll happen?
premonitions,
Well,
being
and-
able to tap into the collective unconscious, I think that's going to be a good thing.
well, just think that it already has been tapped into.
Yeah, by
Just-
people like
just imagine
Nostradamus
all these
and
aliens
the
that
greatest
people have been
thinkers among
talking
us.
about. Ju-
Nah.
Just imagine all the aliens that people talk about. Just picture that that's us coming back to visit ourselves from the future.
I
to
think about
see-
that. We could have a whole
to see
show
what
on
we're-
time travel and
sort of like
how.
news.
Yeah.
It's like this is our history lesson today, kids.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what happened in 2019 or 2012 or whatever.
Mhm.
They're just traveling back in time to give history lessons.
Yep. And
It's
it
an
happens a
interesting
lot nonstop. And the reason that we see some alien ships that we do see is because those are like, not everyone can afford real great space travel, but everyone still gets to do it. And so we see the ones that are maybe like slower machines.
the crap ones.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
The
this is our
$50
ghetto
ride
machine.
and shit. Yeah. You definitely might not make it back. You're in a Winnebago. You know what I'm saying?
There you
Space
go.
balls.
This one is sort of shaped a little bit like a tube, but
Yeah.
you'll
But
get
you'll see
you'll
the
get the gist
path.
of it.
Yeah. You probably get back. I mean, the humans might capture you. They're really out for blood, but
Don't worry.
they're going to probe you like they think we're probing them, but they'll be all right. Travel at your own risk, homie.
Yeah, travel at your own risk.
And some of them are like slowing down, trying to get probed by us, and we still can't catch them.
Damn it.
Mm-mm.
Damn it. Those are the rainbow flagged ones.
Yeah, they crash on purpose. They're just braking, parking in the desert. Doo-doo-doo.
Oh, come
Here
on.
for my
Come
probe.
on.
Dun-dun-dun.
We want probed. We haven't been probed in eons.
This is talking about Mandela effect. Swear to God,
Same. I feel
Sir,
like, yeah.
that movie, Shazam, it was a freaking thing. I know goddamn well. Tell me it wasn't.
Wait, I think it was, but it was just a different actor, right?
No,
Oh, the whole movie never existed?
it says it never existed. I mean,
Oh,
Okay.
so then the Mandela effect is changing. I swear, when the Mandela first came out, it was that there was just a different movie you're remembering actor, and it's actually not this dude. It's another dude. It's like, all right, fine, that's fair. And now
but it's not
they're
even
talking-
it's not even the storyline because they're like they tried to say that it was Kazam
Yeah.
that we remembered, and it's like no.
Do you remember
Not-
Kazam as well?
Neither one of those movies were the same, and yes, I do remember Kazam.
Okay, so you have a distinct remember of them being separate.
right.
That's wild. That's like me and the word dilemma. I looked it up. And the internet at the time, so we're talking like 2000, year 2000. I should look. You know what? Maybe I've debunked this already myself. I know it was.
You want to hear something really super weird?
Yeah.
Okay. Back in 1986, I had this dream, a really weird dream, and it was Madonna doing this movie, and I saw the commercial for it, and like all these people were like ranting and raving about it. I saw all the commercials for it. It was Evita. Really weird, because I'm not, for one, not a really big Madonna fan. I really could care less about her, and number two, I don't like show tunes, so it's not something that I would really be interested. But for whatever reason, it stuck in my head, and I thought it was an actual movie that was released somewhere in the 80s. It was actually released in the 1990s.
It was a remake, though, right? Evita was a remake.
Yeah, I think it was a remake, but for some reason, I thought that Madonna was doing Evita in the 80s.
Oh,
And everybody
you
thought
already
I was
knew.
everybody thought I was absolutely crazy. I was like, no, she's never done that. So, and then of course, here, in 1996, the movie comes out with Evita and Madonna.
So that's a premonitionary dream or whatever, however you said that word, right? You just had it.
Yeah.
And instead of having deja vu, you had it as a memory that.
And I thought it had actually happened. And
Check it out.
like,
I wonder if you wouldn't have remembered it to ask your friends about it, would when it happened in 96, would you have experienced that as deja vu?
Well, and I actually had to look it up to see when it came out. I was like, because I was a little bit concerned that maybe I was still like having some premonition of Madonna doing Evita. I was like, maybe I just have the wrong actress or something, because and it's really weird, because I'll tell my wife things, and all of a sudden she'll come back like a year later, 2 years later, and go, that was my idea. I'm like, I swear to God, I mentioned this like 2 years ago. It's weird. So I don't know. Is it me predicting things or seeing things before they happen? And then
would you, if you could like fine tune that, would you want to?
No,
No,
because it would take too much energy from me.
Like in your waking life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But don't you think if you knew, like, okay, I'm not going to know the time this happens, and it's going to happen every single night I dream, so it's not like I need to focus, or you think you wouldn't matter? You just.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if it's a dream or if I've actually seen it. That's the weird part about it.
But I'm saying if you could hone in on it, maybe you would, and you would know. You would like being able to fine tune that so you could have control.
I tried that, and the darkness comes when I do that.
Wait, say it again.
I said I've tried to do that, and the darkness comes when I do that.
What does that mean by darkness?
Like bad things happen.
In your regular life or while you're dreaming?
In my regular life, yeah. In my regular life, bad things happen. So
and you think it is because you're playing with something that you're don't need to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably then.
I suspect that I tap into something that I'm not supposed to, and that this is like decades before I ever even was doing any sort of illicit drugs.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you think you were trying to use something to help you?
I was tapping into something
purposefully.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then you would know.
Yeah, I mean, I was tapping into things that are usually best left alone.
Yeah, for sure.
It's better just to give the wonder of it.
I don't know that that's the only way to do it. Whatever energy that darkness is, there's the match to it somewhere else that isn't bad. Maybe even.
But it allows bad things to happen. Allows bad things to come through.
Well, that just depends how
it opens a way for bad things to come through. It's like, yes, you can tap into this, but are you willing to pay the consequences of it?
Mm-hmm. Well, especially for you, because you said you believe in a God a little bit separately than how it's traditionally believed in. So yeah. I believe it in such a way that he's given us an armor and a protection and a double blessing that is the shield against certain things, that there isn't something that could move us as children of
Well, I'm
God.
not, but see, I'm not worried about me. I'm worried
Hmm.
about everybody else. That's what I'm more concerned with. It's like if you knew that you were going to stop, for example, if you were able to stop the Holocaust, but in doing so, that you would destroy like 9/10 of the world's population. Does that make you more evil than somebody that does something evil? Or do you choose the
Oh, I
lesser
see.
of
You
two
think
evils?
if you could see premonitions, you might try to become a superhero.
No. I think
Well, what do you mean by stop the Holocaust?
okay. So imagine that you could stop the Holocaust, but in doing so, you're going to wipe out 90% of the Earth's population. Would you still prevent it?
6 million for 8 billion.
So that's sort of the way that I look at it.
But you
is,
mean for you wouldn't? You're not saying would you prevent it? You're saying would you?
as a thought process. I mean,
But not
sure,
you prevent it. You're trying to say like. I was trying to think you personally were trying to take matters into your own hands.
No, I'm saying that if a person could stop the Holocaust from happening, but in doing so, it would
Like
wipe out
you would
90%.
be the doctor of baby Hitler, and you're just like, whoops, this one didn't make it.
No. Say for example, you could travel back in time, and
To
traveling back in time, you could prevent the Holocaust.
how?
Okay. No, just saying. I'm using this as a thought example. Just
Yeah,
imagine
but
you could go back, and you could prevent the Holocaust because you're able to see the future. So if you could go back and prevent the Holocaust, how many people would say absolutely would do it? I mean, would you?
Who do you actually remove?
Just you would remove Hitler, for example. Taking out Hitler would
Why would
prevent
it be
the
him?
Holocaust.
Was he
this.
actually?
I'm using this as a thought example.
No, I
If
am.
you
I
could
don't
go
know.
back and do one thing that would prevent the Holocaust, that would stop it from happening. If you could do that one thing that would prevent 8 million Jews, whatever, from being
Would it be
being
him,
killed
or would
off.
it be the person that provoked him to do that?
Whichever, whatever reasoning behind it, you could go back and you could prevent the Holocaust. But the cost of preventing that Holocaust on the Jewish population, that it would destroy in 10, 20 years, just preventing that would cause 90% of all humanity on the planet to end. Would you still go back and do it? It's like choosing the lesser of two evils.
I mean, yeah, I think you prevent it because you could probably like
But
I don't
there
know,
was no
make Hitler
preventing
not
it.
a germaphobe, just something as simple as that. Boom. Next thing you know.
Yeah, but what if that didn't stop it? And the only way to stop it was to that no matter which way you do it, there's going to be a loss of life. Your greater loss of life is going to be if you prevent a great loss of life. Would you go back and do it?
I mean, no, you don't. I wouldn't change something to make more loss. That's silly.
Well, that's sort of my point in my whenever I see certain premonitions, I have found that it's better for me not to get involved with them and let them take their course, because
Yeah, but you don't
interfering
just
with
knowing doesn't mean you have to be involved.
you could, but you can't. If there's certain things that you can stop and prevent. I mean, say for example, if I saw a premonition of my puppy getting hit by a car, and I'm just using this for an example.
Puppy hater
But-
in the house.
No, I love my dogs. But in doing so, that 10 people are going to lose their lives.
They got
What
to
would I-
go. Save the dog, you know what I'm saying? Every time.
No. Human life is more valuable than a pet.
What? We know that we have eternal life. That dog, he might not go to heaven. Maybe not all dogs go to heaven. That could have been propaganda. I haven't seen the Rainbow Bridge.
Well,
They can't fool me.
Back to the Future tells us nothing.
Puppy lives matter.
We learned from nothing that we've ever done before, ever. They lied to us on there anyway. Nobody should believe anything that happened. And we don't have hoverboards. Where's my hoverboard? Everybody be
Where's
cruising
my
around.
hovershoe?
We know
Where's my
everybody be
list of
cruising around
shoes?
hoverboards.
Yeah. Our hoverboards have damn wheels. It's ridiculous.
It is horrible. It's horrible.
You'd see people in droves just cruising around in their masks with their masks on hoverboards,
Mm.
high speeds.
So, pretty sure. I don't know.
Oh no, those are some of the things that I battle with in everyday life. You know, just like if there's things that I could prevent, but doing
gotta-
so.
Listen, what if Shizzy? I almost called you
What?
Sheezy. But
Hard to
Jeez.
imagine anybody worse than that small mustached guy himself. And he said, "Maybe Mao."
I was gonna say Mao. Yeah, it's. I mean, how many people does Stalin kill?
Mao.
Well,
Mao's.
they
Still
can't
Nazi?
put a number on it because a lot of them were never reported.
But listen, I was gonna say, so what happens, Shizzy, if it was inevitable? Like we are gonna evolve to the point where our premonitionary, I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I'm saying, dreams are part of our life. But the way to possibly solve them without doing any harm would be like you're not going to solve them, right? Bad things are going to happen. Our world, there's no good without the bad. We have to have that duality, but it would be to, like I said, to always in every instance do good, because any instance where bad is the intent, your intent, it could be that butterfly effect that sends into the world the energy it needs to create those things that you might have seen or something like that. So like you really would create a part of your everyday that makes sure that you are doing good on purpose. Now I know doing good for the purpose of, yeah, I still think good for the purpose of good is, I think, a good thing. The only way to be good. But imagine like if you had no way to get away from the premonition.
And I thought about that one quite long and hard because it's an old theory or philosophy or something that I don't know. You know, and you mentioned perfectly the butterfly effect, but you know, sometimes those bad things that happen, good comes out of it. Think about the loss of a young child that is ripped away from, you know, somebody way much too young. Think about the after effects of that and all the good that can come out of it. So you might have had the loss of one child at a very young age due to something tragic, say for example a boating accident. I'm just using this as an example. A young child loses its life in a boating accident, but the effect of that child losing its life in a boating accident causes more boat safety to go up and people to start wearing life preservers everywhere they go in a boat. That ends up saving the lives of millions of children. Then it is a good thing that came out of this tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
So now that, you know, and it's just because it's not noticed doesn't mean that it was an overall good.
Well, that's
because
what's
you never
funny
knew the overall good
about the total, like Australia. They're like, oh, let's like restrict all my liberties and my rights, but do it because even the one kid is not worth losing. Like, nobody should be able to swim past this point because you could die from a shark or a drowning. Nobody's allowed to, restrict basic rights because you don't want the one person to get hurt. And it's like, no, 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 no. Like, even in that utopia, people are still going to find ways, and there will still people be getting hurt and dying. It's not going to end that. So yeah, it's not like saying it's worth it for the child, but yeah, you have to make suffering. Something has to come out of it. I think that's why so many people, like, you lose a kid to cancer or something and you begin like working in their honor, because now it's not for nothing. Now suddenly,
Right. Well, you're either working in their honor, or you can build a movement around
Yeah,
the
yeah.
loss of this child that was. And a lot of, you would see people that get upset and say, well, I blame God. It's just
Sure.
God didn't have anything to do with this horrible thing. Well, I guess he did, but
God had everything to do with it, right?
whatever had something to do with this in some aspect, but you can't see the greater plan. It's the worst 4D chess ever. I only say this because I have a close friend of mine that's going through some pretty serious cancer treatments right now.
Sorry to hear that. It's rough.
Oh, no, not at all. This person right here has been throughout all of this, which has been over 2 years, has been the most upbeat about it. He's a teacher, and it's put a different perspective on his life and a lot of people's lives around him. And one of the first things that he did, as soon as, because being a teacher, he had to take some time off, and he would go in, and these people would be like, oh, I feel so bad for you, and he removed these people from his life immediately because he did not want sympathy, because that's not where he's at. He said, this is something that even if I can't beat it, I don't want sympathy, because there's nothing anybody can do about it. There's no amount of sorrow that anybody can feel for the pain that I would feel if I lost my life. I wasn't able to provide for my family, because I'm gonna fight this with everything that I've got, because he just did nothing but put positive energy in himself. And that's all he wanted, was nothing but positive energy. And he's actually had to go in and have a ostomy taken care of. And after a certain period of time, the part that they removed, they're going to come back and reattach everything. And hopefully it doesn't come back. But yeah, it was pretty drastic. It was touch and go. He went through chemo. He went through like aggressive treatment, and it still didn't remove it. They actually had to go in and physically remove what they thought was scar tissue. So it's just like, it sucks. This part sucks, but it is what it is, and I'm going to continue to live my life. And I do not want
Yeah,
sympathy.
I think that a lot of people get shit on. I don't know if sympathy is the right way to say that, though, because it's like immediately there's an emotion, and it's usually like, oh, damn. And so
yeah.
no one's going to be like, oh, cool, good luck with that. And no one's going to be like,
no.
it's like, what do you say? Except for have some kind of like, damn, like, sorry about that.
Well,
But
no,
at the
it
same time,
wasn't
he's
sorry
right.
about
Like,
that.
that's a vibe that you definitely don't want to invite into your life. You can be like, oh, I appreciate that, but like, I'm going for more of a, you got
Yeah.
this vibe.
Yeah,
that
pretty
does make
much.
sense.
Like, it's like, oh, you're having a bad hair day is more of the vibe that he's going for. Just like, yeah, this sucks temporarily, but I'm taking care of
Absolutely,
my
yeah.
family. I'm taking care of life, and I'm going to live my life the same way, with some limitations of what I can do. He changed his eating habits, stopped drinking, stopped doing a lot of things. And, he saw a lot of the people that he was, in treatment with, that just gave up, and they lived for that sympathy of people, oh, I'm so sorry, what can I do to help you out, and sympathize with them. It's just like, if I need some help, I'll ask for some help. I mean, I can't lift something, So I'll ask somebody to help me out with it. But I don't need people like mourning my death before I'm gone. Just like, screw
Yeah,
you
absolutely.
guys.
Plus, it's like thoughts are things. Like we really can bring things into life. Like if you want to picture me anything, picture me beating this. Picture me in recovery. Picture me doing the things.
It's-
Yeah, I wanted to read what T3 said, but we kept talking through it. So, but it says a
Alright.
year ago I could walk. No, my fault. A year ago I could walk and I was miserable, depressed, wet blanket. Now I'm stuck at this desk, and what did it bring me? All of you, and I'm a lot friggin' happier than I was.
See,
It's interesting, right?
yeah, and I mean he
and
also
then you get Toy Box Brain that comes out and says, "I found my
Right.
rainbow under one of my ex's bums. I still miss it." Moose come back with a butthole rainbow. I mean, you. What?
She said, "I've met more
You just
interesting
really
humans here."
cannot make this stuff up.
I mean, these guys.
Cool.
Howdy, Mike. Good to see you. Shelly said, "I've met more
Oh,
interesting
Megan.
humans here than I thought possible, and you guys get me through every day." Aww, that's sweet.
I
Why
enjoyed
you're
the
not in
interaction.
here?
I
Yeah,
really do.
Lady Autumn Sky said, "Sadness is low vibration." You're right.
Mm.
Thoughts are things. Well, she said the other morning she came in here during their epic 10, 12-hour stream or whatever the hell it was. And she came in and she said, Grand Risings, everyone. And I had heard it so much, but I'm not going to lie, I'd never heard it from a white girl. So I thought to myself, I wonder what that means. And literally 2 messages later, she goes, in case you're wondering what that means, mourning, your body doesn't know the difference between mourning as in day and mourning as in, sad about something. And so she says Grand Risings because that, it's the vibe, right? And I thought, dude, that's dope. And I was literally just wondering what that meant. And so I haven't brought myself to say it yet because I feel like it might not be mine, but I do like the thought. I think it's cool to know.
How is it not yours? If you feel the words, then why wouldn't it be yours?
Because I always had it. I stereotyped it, and so now I'm like, shit, I gotta get it. Eventually it will come out of that box because I'll be more familiar with it, but it's new to me, so I don't like to use things that I feel fake doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand. But if it has meaning to you, it ends up not being fake.
Exactly.
No, I do
So the more I
understand.
get more familiar with it and it becomes something that really is true to me, then I'll use it in public and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I had my neighbors, which they actually homeschooled their kids, up until I think it was high school. And they're doing a well, his job basically took him to England, so they're over in England and they've been over there they'll be there for about a year. They came, home for Christmas and everything. And the wife came up to me and started proselytizing to me about BLM and all of that stuff. And I was just, and this was at the very beginning of all of that crap. And I looked at her. I was like, listen, I appreciate it. I grew up in a really rough part of town, and I find this very, very fake. And I said, I appreciate the thought, the consideration, but I don't need to read a book to tell me anything about my belief system.
Mhm.
So as much as I appreciate it, I'm going to distance myself from you. She wasn't too happy about it, but it's just like, I don't have
Well,
time
sorry.
to, I don't have time to put up a poster in my front yard to tell people what I think I believe. It was, and it was all through my neighborhood. It's just like, why? It's like you have these like I believe signs and BLM signs, and those things disappeared really quickly. It wasn't because people were tearing them down, but in our neighborhood, they had this next door neighbor app, which is really good if you like lost a pet or, people are breaking into houses or something like that. But it ended up turning into like Twitter 2.0, where people were just telling, just going off on calling each other racist and horrible things. And I hate you. And how can you be like this? You're not supporting the right movement. And I was just like, it's like, delete, see you, bye. I'm done with you people. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, totally. Hold on. Before Mike Gohagen's comment goes off my screen, he said, before bed, do you say grand fallings? And I'm like laughing at myself. I'm like,
I like that.
no, you literally say good evening. And I was like, wait, good evening? That's like worse than good morning, because the evening is the time at night when the darkness comes and can convince the darkness that has overcome the light. Until the morning, until the light shows back up, it thinks it's got free fucking reign. So actually, good evening is way worse than good morning. And we really fuck shit up right before we go to bed. Man, that gave me a little
Well,
bit of like.
just remember, you cannot have light without dark.
I know, but the
You
darkness
can't
is full
have
of
dark
lies, and
without
so
light.
it uses its lies at the night to convince the rest of the darkness to go hard because they've won, and that's when it becomes when you need your protection.
What if lies are the light? Remember, light casts shadows.
The light has no shadow. The shadow is the darkness.
No, the shadow is what is caused by light. And the darkness.
Right. The shadow
and
is the darkness.
The light and the darkness are the
The
yin
light
and
has
yang.
no shadow, though. It's the shard.
It's yin and yang. You can't have one without the other.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't know what darkness is, you'll never see light. And if you
Right,
never
but
see
that'll
light,
never
you
make the
don't know what
darkness be true.
You have to have them. You have to have both.
But then the one is one. You can't have two truths, right? Because you're talking about balance. You can't have a truth and a truth. So if you call the darkness or the light the lie, then you're calling the darkness the truth. And so I'm just saying that's bullshit.
Neither of them are true. Neither of them are a lie. That's my outlook on it.
Well, yeah.
I don't get the lyric.
Meantime, darkness is the norm. Light came by God. See, look at there, Mr. Terrible. Getting all philosophical like and stuff. Oh, we all have our own truths now, I guess.
Mm.
No, I find it interesting thought of it's more of an exercise of what people perceive. I mean, ultimate darkness, there would be nothing. With light or ultimate light, there would be nothing. It's like the two extremes.
Yeah, you're right. They both just are, but there's polarity. So like there is a positive to something and negative to something, and so like I don't know. There are energies to these things, and one like you can categorize them.
Well, not all good guys wear white hats, and not all bad guys wear black hats.
Right. We can't know intent. I think that's the problem with the tree, of good and evil. It's like now you're going to think when the truth is you could have never known and you're better for it.
Yes, absolutely. The truth of good and evil.
That's why so much bullshit gets away with, because it's a mask of good when really it's bad intent.
Right now?
Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl.
Is it going on right
Is it
now?
Super Bowl season?
Well, I do actually have to jump
right
off
now.
of here because I've got my stream starting up here in about 5
We'll
minutes.
probably also go away, and
That's fine.
everybody will be pushed to you, all 18 people that are sitting here.
Nice. That'd be great.
Yeah, decent audience.
I see.
So, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. Thank you also very, very much. Thank you, Div. Myself and Div will actually be back Monday. She said that she's going to be a couple hours late, so I don't know what I'm going to do for a few hours before her. I might be sleeping. I might not. There should be a show up for it on Monday, noon, Mountain Standard Time.
See, Frog has that mountain man voice. Mountain Standard Time. Come join me. Yes.
So, Yes, that is 2 o'clock for those of you that can't figure out the
Printers.
difference. Printer spot.
Printer God said you should listen to the clip I sent you. Maybe we could go out on it.
Should listen to the clip.
All right, I'll see you boys in a bit, and ladies, gentlemen. See you.
I'll
all
join
in
you
a bit.
later. See you, Shizzy.
Later.
Bye, Chad. If we're going out on this, it was really fun. I loved getting into all this with you. And Printer God, I hear what you're saying about the positive and negative. I wish Cool Frog didn't have to go eat his dumb Chinese food.
I already ate.
I knew it. Oh. I'm a little jealous. I still have to go make dinner.
Oh no.
Did you get a clip that's short enough to play us out of here?
Yeah, it's only 19 seconds long.
Dope. Please be what I hope it is.
I just need to do. Oh my god, you're gonna love this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's what I would say. I get what you're saying too, Mike. I see exactly. You're right. There's
Yeah,
your truth, my truth, and
you'll like this. You'll like this.
streaming Monday with Cool Frog during the day. I will be on at 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific. See you later, guys. Have a good night.
Well, we're gonna actually push from here to Shiz Biznut. So as far as that goes, anybody that sticks around to listen to this, that's what we'll do right after we're done with this little sound clip. It's actually kind of fairness. It's kind of funny.
Don't just be shooting at random. Oh,
Hi everyone. This is hard for me but I wanted to go ahead and come out. I'm coming out as a Cool Frog fan. Let's be honest. He's kind of a Chad. I've been in love with him ever since I laid eyes on that beautiful beard. I'm sorry, Madcore Mofo. I can't be with you anymore. Divinity finally broke me. I'm back on the straight and narrow.
dude, Bronco broke her, but I love this. Thank you for that. That was worth it.
All right. Thank you all so very much. Everybody have a wonderful night. And you're going to Shizu Biznut. So later.